supposed to be going. I'm gonna see what happens. Going live. All right. So once people are here, I'll do stuff. And I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure once this is done, I can cut the stream of all the bullshit in the beginning and make it so it's just the important stuff. So it means once I start the important stuff, I have to like keep on the important stuff. Let me open the Discord too. Just gonna see all my hidden stash stuff. Okay, what we got here? Spaz is here. Yes, you've been here, and that's it. That's new. Well, good on you, Spaz. You already know. See, here's what's funny. I used to teach sales, and like I was a director of sales, and I used to tell all my employees, I'd be like, "You need to go to this business seminar with me. There's this really good speaker." And you know who would always go? My fucking best salesmen would be the only ones to go. They're the only ones that didn't need to go. And they were my best salesmen. The people that really needed help with their sales never showed up because they had something better to do. And I just think that's why that says a lot about people's character.
I mean,
good
I'm
on you,
here just to
Spaz.
keep shit inside of there, man.
No, it's totally fine. Whatever the reason is, you're still here. And other people are not. But it's been, I didn't really hype it up that much. But we'll, some activity on my YouTube. I wrote a song for Dark Angels about the worst units in Dark Angels, so people won't get mad at me if I do it in song. Is the theory? It goes to that like da 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 da. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
People are gonna hate it just because of the song you just sang.
Okay. Well, I don't know what that means. I just picked a song at random. I almost did Turkey in the Straw.
It's annoying.
And I want to do that one, but I suck at the lyrics. I am the seventh of a modern dairy general. I watch too much Animaniacs. But yes, if you are you in my YouTube stream, Spaz?
Yeah, but I had to mute the YouTube stream.
Okay, you can mute it. That's fine. You want to say hi in the chat so I can know everything's working?
Sure.
So, I'm assuming you're going to be in the new tournament coming up. That's kind of what we're doing right now. Is we're just going through any like major maps, and I have a piece of paper that I just started writing ones we like and don't like down. So that you're going to be our deal breaker. That's why I have 2 moderators. How do you feel about tear down the icons? Yay or nay?
As far as placement of the...
As far as just playing that map, if you heard, or not tear down the icons, recover the relic. Sorry, that's the one. I flipped the page. So first map, recover the relics. It's a 6 objective, hold 1, hold 2, hold more. And it's the one with the secondary of you score 1 victory point for each enemy destroyed. So kill points, basically.
I mean, as an Orcs player, it sucks.
And well, I'm just saying, like, we're voting for which maps are going to be in the tournament, and we have 3 judges right now. So me, Justin, and now you, because you're the 2 moderators. So I vote nay. Justin votes yay, but also says it's his favorite, so I'm counting him as 2. So what is your vote?
I guess is there an option?
I don't give a fuck.
Is the exact opposite of this one?
What do you? The exact opposite of yes or no?
Well, that's the exact opposite of this mission and map.
We'll get to that. We're gonna go through each map and just quick vote on them. And you're making the quick vote take a lot longer.
I mean, if I never played it again, I'd be fine.
It's a nay. All right. So we're putting that one at a wash. So if we're undecided, that's the one that's now getting added in, only because Justin counts as 2 since it's his favorite. All right. Next is tear down the icons. This is the primed explosives. This is my favorite. Right there. Huh?
You'll have a die that goes for that.
Yeah, you want to switch it to tear down the icons. Tear down the icons.
I switched them out.
What? I'm just going in order. This is
Yeah.
1-2. Yeah. Okay. Or you can load shit up. That works, and I'm keeping notes. So tear down the icons is my favorite. This was counting as 2 for me. And this is the one where there's 3 objectives kind of across the middle, but one is a little bit towards one player's side, and the other one's a little bit towards the other player's side. This is corner to middle deployment. But to me, this is old school Warhammer where I like fighting over the middle. And this has got 3 middles, which is why it's my personal favorite. How do you feel about it, Justin?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. And Spaz.
Yeah, that was not bad.
Okay, well, this one's in for sure.
Yeah.
So mission 12 is in. And yeah, primed explosive I think is fun because it makes it so when you take that shitty unit, like, when I took fire dragons against fucking Gene Stealer Cult, they actually would have had something they could do. All right,
You remember when you asked me what my least favorite was? It's actually going to be this one.
Okay.
This is going to be the least favorite.
Data Scry Salvage. So this is the 4 objectives across the middle. I am middle about this one. Like, I guess I'd say I'm okay with this one. Not any particular reason. I don't hate it. I don't love it.
How far are the objectives?
This has sticky objectives too, by the way, which a lot of people forget. They're very
How far
close.
are they from the deployment zones?
Standard 12 inches. It's right across the middle. Or not, well, not 12. Yeah, 12. It should be 12. 12 to the center. Sorry. You're 24 apart. The reason why this one, in my opinion, is kind of cool is holding one objective. You can almost always hold 2 objectives. So even a squad of 5 dudes can hold both of those points. So it forces you to shift and then hit each other. You go like one army literally comes that way and the other you smash into each other sideways, which is interesting. And you almost have to do it that way. And you also are secretly trying to flank this way.
Hate this fucking map.
Got it. So it's a no for Justin. And Spaz, how is your opinion on it?
We'll see. See, I like I like a mission with a nice tertiary. This one's again, take it or leave it. So
it's weird. 6 objectives. Yeah. This is a hold 2, hold more.
Yeah.
2, no, wait.
3 more.
Yes, it is. Hold 2, hold more.
Yeah, it's 2, 3 more.
Shit, which mission is this one? Are we out of order?
Data Scry. You said Data Scry Salvage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it. Okay, no, I got it. We're not out of order. Yeah, Data Scribe. So
this is the one where you get points for holding the middle.
Yes.
As you can do action on your back objective.
Yeah, any unit can do the data intercept, and you get 3 points. And oh yeah, so you get points for each one you control in No Man's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tao love this one. So Spaz, waiting on you again. Yeah or nay?
Oh shit. Nah. Well,
no.
How many games is this going to be?
We need to pick 5 maps.
5. So okay. So we're
either we're at 1 map so far. Yes.
All right.
And there are what, 9?
I thought we did 11 and 12.
There's 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 1 yes and 2 no's.
Okay.
All right. And then next one. Abandoned Sanctuaries. I love this one too.
This is a good one.
Okay, so we got 1 yes. This is also traditional. I love the hammer and anvil deployment, but I hate the fact that there's something I don't like about it. Oh, this one, never mind. No, this one's still, you fight over the mid is the secondary.
Yep.
We have a yes, and what do you feel about it, Spaz?
I don't like that I can't forward deploy.
Oh, is this the no forward deployment one, right?
Yeah.
Good call. That's a bitch for you. I'm totally cool with losing forward deploy.
I mean,
even when I have forward deploy, I don't always use it. But yes, I think as an orc player.
Not having my command sucks,
I don't have a representative, guys, for Dark Angels. But the 3 people who support my channel the best are Dark Angels, Orcs, and Tyranids. And that should be, if we get a lot of people, that should be the biggest number of players. There's going to be Dark Angel players here. So make sure we kind of, but then again, they're going to probably be overpowered as shit. So they'll be fine.
I love playing as Dark Angels.
Well, if you're Votan. I guess your Coven's like it too. All right, so that was a yes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. 3. Okay. Next one's conversion. This is the weirdest one. This is the only map where you can actually start 18 inches away from each other. It's generally very easy to hide your army in this map, but it's also really easy to tell where you're going. The thing that's interesting is that everybody has to go so far to get to an objective that matters. So all the slow shit in this mission always is going to be fight in the middle. And everybody that has anything that moves more than 6 inches is always going to be going to a side and it's going to deploy over there. That's why it's the most predictable map for your opponent's movement, but it's still just a weird abstracting map. So I'm right on the middle with it, but I'm going to say yes. What about you,
I think it's
Justin?
fine.
Okay, and Spaz?
Let's see. Oh, well, I'm also looking to see what else, like Death and Zeal is another one that uses the same map. So seeing if maybe. I mean, yeah, I say either this one or Death and Zeal, but yeah, I'd like to see the corner deployments. So we'll say yes unless we like the other one better.
3 yeses to this one. All right. Next up, we have the Scouring. So I think Justin already said how he feels about this one.
I don't really like this one.
I'm not a fan either. Just because there's nothing in your home. It is pretty condensed. The secondary in this one is you get 3 points for each objective marker that has been scanned. So you got to scan the points. I just feel like this one's so fucking swingy. It's like, yeah, it has the weirdest win percentages all around. It's also the one Games Workshop has been trying to fix the most. But it is the biggest X factor. Orcs hate this map usually, and this is a really bad map too if you're playing against something that's way faster than you.
Yeah, I'm thinking that anytime I play this, I've always played it in player place terrain, so it's a little different. Because like for me, like this one, it gives an advantage to anything that can like forward deploy your pregame move. So
It
I would think
does,
like
but it also
adding,
depends on who's going first with that situation as well.
that's true. I would
So it's
see it.
mainly
So I
when
would
you
think
roll
like
this, or if you were to, in the tournament, it's like, cool, Spaz, you're gonna fight so and so on the Scouring. Like, do you feel like uh-oh, or do you feel like cool Scouring?
you greatly overestimate my ability to know what the hell I'm doing before a
Well,
match.
that's part of what this little session is for too, because I hope you're understanding the map. Like, you got to look at the maps. Like, you play each map totally different. And each map
Right.
calls for different things. Like, this one is a bloodbath in the middle. So you as an orc player, you got to be thinking, like, my big chunky boys are probably going to be going to the center, because the person that controls the center controls the whole game, because the other person is just going to be sitting on 2, and this is a hold 1, hold 2, hold more. So
Yeah.
hold 1, hold 2. Wait, did they change it? I
No, it's hold
don't
1,
have,
2.
yeah, it's hold 1, hold 2. That's what I have. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is actually weird, because then it makes the pushing on objective a little strange, but you control a lot of the board if you control the mid on this map.
yeah. I mean, I would say add it just because we do have abandoned sanctuaries that like kind of screws over your
Okay, so
forward
we got
deploys.
a
But
yes.
scouring, yeah.
Next one. This one, I love the deployment. I hate the fact that it's hold 2, hold 3, hold more. So
I think anything with 6 objectives should be hold 2, hold 3.
yes, but this
Yeah.
one feels strange because when you hold the 1, they're very close together. So when you put, like, especially when you put terrain on, you can easily charge from the one objective to the other objective, and 10 mans can string out to them. So it is no, it's not as bad as the other one. But I know that anytime you put hold 2, hold 3, hold more, it can cause swings. But that's a good thing usually. Usually get big point differential on this type of map. I'm okay with it. I like it. Tides of Conviction, I think, is
Tides.
interesting. Okay. And the secondary, for the point of it, this is where you get players whose turn is get 2 points, for controlling at least one objective marker in their opponent's territory. You got to push onto their point. All right.
Yeah, I like this one's pretty interesting.
So
Like how you can get the secondary. Yeah.
You're good with this one too?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because work sometimes can struggle because they got to hold a lot. There's a lot, 3 things that got to sit back on that one.
Yeah, but I'm sitting here thinking about how OBSEC works.
Yes, times 3. And yeah, next. Death and Zeal. I'm not going to lie, this is probably the one I've done the least. Yeah, control every objective marker on the battlefield. You control at least one objective marker that they did not control at the start of your turn. You got to take objectives to get points and destroy markers. So you get that basically the chaos secondary. Destroy shit on objectives. That's fun. How do you feel about this one versus conversion?
I
Space.
probably like this one better.
And the reason for that being the secondary?
Yeah, mission
The
secondary.
secondary is a little bit cooler, and I'm just checking what we scored on conversion. I wrote down which one that was. Have it marked as numbers.
Conversion's the one where you get 4 VP.
Yeah,
if you
just which
control one
number
of your
in the
opponents,
where we were
lose
listed.
one if you.
This one's sticky as well.
This one's still. Oh, see, I didn't know that. Conversion was okay. 22.
Hey, as long as you're OPSEC, it's sticky.
Death and Zeal?
So
Mhm.
we all voted yes on conversion. So I'm assuming we're all voting yes on this one.
At least that's what it says under the description up here.
Let me check here. Primary objective purge in this mission.
Oh yeah.
Player controls objective marker, then the command phase. Yeah, if they would. Yep, sticky. I don't know if I don't think conversion has sticky.
I don't
I'm
think
cool
it
with
does
that.
either.
Anything to fucking nerf Space Marines. Take something that they have away from them. I'm good with. So yeah, 3 there, and is that we got 1 left. Secure
missing artifacts.
missing artifacts. This is the one where you get a player whose turn it is scores 3 points if they control their priorities. This is the one where you move the thing. Now
Mhm.
moving's a bitch in tabletop sim, so I'm gonna vote nay, and that's my only reason. Otherwise, I love this map, so I'm like barely a nay.
Yeah, it's really good for good bits. I like it, but same reason, like just for having to deal with it in tabletop is a pain in the ass.
I'm gonna say yes because it just adds a little flair. Because you have to move, throw somebody for a loop.
You ready for our final score?
Who's Bronco fun?
I use TTS for playing Star Wars Destiny. Yeah, it's really good for 40K, all size games. I also use it to learn Age of Sigmar because I didn't know if I wanted to buy into Age of Sigmar, and it's really fun to play Age of Sigmar on. Yeah, hashtag don't nerf good bits. I think orcs need it. I think that's how it's super fun. You should lose if you fight orcs head on. The trick to killing orcs should be going for the things that you don't want to fight, which is what it is right now. Like killing their Gretchen makes such a huge impact on orcs, and orcs just are like, "What? Where did Gretchen go?" And they just want to fight. And if you do what orcs want, which is fight, you should lose because the orcs win no matter what in that situation. And that's why I think good bits should not be nerfed.
No.
And more secondaries should be like that, in my opinion. I feel like you could add a lot of army personality by making it so like Tyranids have to do Tyranid things to you, and like, oh, I have to go pee on this tree, and I get points or something. I don't know, whatever it is. It brings a good thematic vibe, and I love orc secondaries. Same with Gene Stealer Cult, how they have to be everywhere and come at you with all these different forms of like, they have to really use a big brain just to score their secondary, but it's really easy if they really understand their army and how to do it. That's how it should be. But yes, for people that are joining, I can't tell how many are in. Awesome. Yeah. We're just deciding on what our favorite maps are for the upcoming War Academy tournament. And I think we have our answer. So the first mission scored 2 yeses and 2 nos. So that one's got 2. We got the one that's for sure in is mission 2. Where's my sheet? Okay, tear down their icons is in. That had 4 yeses, technically. The next one, Data Scry Salvage, is completely out. That only had 1 yes. Next one is Abandoned Sanctuaries is in. That had 3 yeses. Conversion is in. It had 3 yeses. We only have 2 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, perfect. We have 3 yeses on 5 of them. So that's perfect. Yeah, which is the next one is after conversion.
So which one's the first yes we have? Mission?
First one is tear down the icons. Or not, yeah, tear down the icons. We had 4 yeses on because I voted that as my favorite.
Okay. So now we just gotta figure out a map.
Yep, but now we know which maps to figure out. Then Data Scry's out, and then Abandoned Sanctuaries is in, Conversion is in, Scouring is out, Tides of Conviction is in, and Death and Zeal is in. There's gonna be 2 with the close deployment. That's fun. Personally, I think we should start with Conversion or Death and Zeal and end with Death and Zeal. Okay, but yeah, then we can figure out the maps here. I would like to see if I can tell how many people are in the chat, and I don't know how any of these graphs work.
What are you streaming on?
YouTube.
He's on the YouTube channel. Yeah. It says
Oh, here we go.
5.
5 people. You guys are awesome, by the way. You can each bring an extra 1 point to the tournament. I'm just kidding, but I would if I was in charge. Justin's in charge. I'm just the face of it.
All right. Can we vote on the next face? I think we need a different face.
Ouch.
That's
Ouch.
pretty
You haven't
judgmental,
even
bro.
seen my face. I'm just the voice.
No, I think didn't you have?
Hey,
one
you
of
made a
your-
video. You can send me your little objective video. I'll post it on my channel, and I'll give you half of the like $2 that it'll make.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll seriously put it up as a short. I don't mind at all. I think it was done really well, and I think that's awesome. You did a really good job at it, especially considering you made it in like an hour or whatever.
So this is the first map I'm gonna throw up.
Okay. Yeah, this one,
Oh.
and this is for Abandon.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
This
so
is
then
for-
do you have
This is for tear down their icons.
Do you have tear down their icons? Okay. So do you have a map you want me to write? Anything you want me to write down so we can make sure people have easy access to it?
This is
Because we'll probably store it in some kind of folder, and then I'll pin it to the Discord channel or something.
You got 7 people watching now. Look at you.
Oh, we're getting popular. Getting popular.
This is the WTC
We
map.
lost one.
He's like, I wanted to learn how to use Tabletop Simulator, not watch maps. Yeah, as soon as we get started or get a little bit more people, we're gonna go over everything of how to add stuff, and it's really simple and easy.
That's that map.
Okay, that works. If you just want to pile them together, and then I can add them all together later.
I'm gonna send them all to you when we go through them through Steam.
Are
Okay,
those,
yeah, as long as we can compile them.
Are those like area terrain things? Are they like light or dense cover or something?
They are dense, breachable, defensible, difficult.
Oh shit. Okay.
So
Defensive
it really,
stuff, all right.
well, it really forces you to try and go through the middle
Mm-hmm.
or the outsides, and it shuts down these lanes for like charging and stuff.
Yeah,
for the
I
most
do
part.
like that. And the forest, I mean, this the only thing that's a downside on this map. I'm not big on having 2 of these here. That's a little rough because like if you're playing any type of vehicle, this map is the exact reason why people hate vehicles. If you have a vehicle that's meant to move up the board at all, good luck, Chuck. It ain't doing that.
Well,
It's gonna have
most
to start on the
shooting
side.
vehicles move 12, like Layman Russ's.
Yeah, but like say I've got Wraith Lords or Dreadnoughts that are melee. You know, my Wraith Lord list would hate this, but it's not horrible. At least you can get
move
your
through
foot
it, though.
in
You
it.
can
Yeah.
move.
You can
here,
still go through
advance
it.
here,
Yeah, it's not
get
horrible,
around it,
but if your
See, I
movement's
think-
key,
or just go around the outside.
the whole
We'll see,
reason
and
that
that's
you're a
the-
vehicle, you're moving around shit. What'd you say?
Oh no, it's like it seems like there's a pretty clear lane for shooting, like right between it without them. So like with them being 2 there, then it's like if there's a +1 to hit, it at least is gonna like kind of negate some of that.
Yeah, and the main thing is the shooting lanes aren't towards objectives, because that's when that completely changed the game. Neither is like good or bad, but it drastically changes how the match is fought.
Yep.
And what units.
So what's the
hold
next
on.
DS on the missions?
Okay, well, so we might. I do have a lot of missions that we could go through. Like I said, I haven't taken the time to organize them because I was busy setting this
Just
up.
doing it one at a time.
Yeah, so Maybe some maps are subjected to change, but mainly we're going over the ins and outs. So that was tear down the icons, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got abandoned sanctuaries.
You got to reload the basement.
All right, so here's how we're gonna do this though. You load one, I load one. Spaz picks which one he likes better.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Plus, I really think this is talking about terrain like this is really advantageous to anybody who's listening.
Uh,
But if they're on the YouTube channel, I think they can only hear you right now.
yeah,
So
it's
you
not
should
Oh,
sound like an
no, you can
absolute
hear-
crazy person.
You should be able to hear Spaz and you and everybody because you're coming through my Discord.
Okay.
And I think freaking A, I gotta check. Somebody say something.
something.
One thing.
Oh my god, I am a crazy person. Wait, say something again.
Something again.
Okay, no, it's recording.
There you go.
I think.
All right,
If
load your
anybody's
map in.
listening to the chat, let me know if it's just me talking or if you can hear other people that are with me. Okay, you go yours first.
Oh, no, you got it.
Fuck,
go
well, I
ahead.
didn't look yet. Okay, one sec. And this is for abandoned.
Abandoned sanctuaries.
Let's see what I got. Can't spell. All right. Ba-dum. All right, here's one that I got. If I just type in the word. And what I'm doing, for anybody who doesn't know, just doing the additive load. And you just have the blank map. Oh, this is the Walmart map. Walmart.
This is the Alpha League map as well.
Is it?
It is one of them, yeah.
Oh, is this what we used last time? Is that why I have it?
That's what we use for Alpha League. I know that.
I don't know. I don't know where I
Alright,
got it
so
from.
take this
But
map
yes.
in, Spaz. Take it all in. Tell me when you're ready.
Hey,
What is
I
the little
remember
thing?
this one.
Save teeth. What's better? What does that say? Save teeth something better.
Save teeth.
Kurma better?
I don't know. And then, so you like this map, Spaz?
I don't know what that says.
It says save teeth crump better, man.
Prompt better. There you go. Thank you.
It's in the middle, too.
Save teeth. Oh, well, I just like to read the hard ones.
And then there's this one.
I like the lights in this one, but I don't like that the objective's covering the coolest part of the map. This has got some shooting lanes onto all three objectives. What is this? This is a forest? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That is a very weird forest.
Yeah.
It's like a broken bathroom.
It's not up to you. It's up to Spaz. So
It is up to Spaz. But you can sell it. There's nothing wrong with selling it.
I don't need to sell it. I'll just put the map up and
Or
it'll sell
sell
itself.
against.
If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it.
Well, it depends on how much of an orc player he is, really, at heart.
I mean, I am working on. I've skipped Votan and gone to Iron Hands now, just because I'm a lemming.
Yeah, until Codex Warfare is gone.
Yeah. Ooh, oh, that's gonna suck. This looks. I mean, the other one looks shooter friendly. This one looks real shooter friendly. Unless I'm missing something, because it looks like almost all the or at least the center objectives is like way out in the open.
Here.
And there's like no cover on like from one side or the other.
Taking a mulligan.
Hang on. Then there's this one. No, that's not the one I wanted meant to load up.
That one I did like before, though. I like the little tarps on it.
This one. It's got a little more terrain on it.
You like your forest, don't you? The
Yeah, because I ignore them.
orcs hate forests because it's like half of your shots are gone. Half of the few shots you get are gone.
Who's shooting if your works?
Death skulls.
Nah. I just won for the upset.
No, gotta take every inch and turn it into a mile, dude. I do love the artwork on the ruins, though. Like the whole Aztec-y lizard man feel.
like this one better than the other one. I mean, I'm still not a fan of the amount of cover on that middle, but I mean,
Do you want to see the orc one again?
uh, let me see the orc one last time. But so far, this one has it. If I'm not remembering the orc one correctly,
All right, go on the orc one.
because at least there's like a solid cover on the two on the outside, so you don't get the you may not get the center, but you can definitely screw around on the edges.
If I just hit additive load, it's gonna
It'll load
overlap
on top.
yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, go to the side.
did
To
you
your left there.
delete button's not right here?
Yeah, I'm gonna reload it.
Okay. Normally there's a delete button. I didn't see it.
Oh, does it go away sometimes? I gotcha.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Because I didn't even get to look at this one that much either, to be honest. These obscuring, obstacle, force field, dense, light, heavy cover, heavy cover. So there's the only thing I don't care much for is how little that container is in the center. I mean, I guess that's not bad for your guy that's going to hold the home. Yeah, I'm not. This isn't slow you down, right?
Mm-mm.
Nope. So yeah, I just think this looks like a good crumpin map, and you can hold this one from this side of the ruin. I don't know how I feel about that. Right there and like right there, but it's kind of, oh, you can even get this one from right here.
Yeah, I definitely like this one more because at least there's something in the center where you can kind of get a little bit of cover or something.
The shooting ranges are a little bit more blocked off. You at least get your
I'm gonna make an
cover.
argument about the center though, is that the other map still had terrain here. And
This is
here.
over the middle of the center, technically.
This isn't really terrain though. I mean, this is
No.
nothing.
It would count as flat.
This
yeah.
is nothing.
I think that's cool.
And there's still a huge shooting lane here.
There is going down the side. The middle objective is the tightest to hold. Like mid objective is
But,
gonna
I
have
mean,
firepower.
if you want to
on it.
shoot here, all you gotta do is just move up here.
And the
You're not taking
secondary on
minus
this one
anymore.
again is what? Sorry, where did my book go? The fuck, I didn't throw it.
I mean, I guess the other thing is like for the two outsides. I'm pointing with my mouse like you guys can see what I'm doing. The two on the outside have, I guess, more open cover, whereas the other two you were pretty much at the.
It depends on
mercy of
which
your
side
opponent.
you're sitting on. Yeah, it totally. The one thing I love though about these and why I've only seen Alpha League armies do this. This is my new favorite thing in terrain. See this piece right here and
The
this
lip?
piece. No, that
Yeah.
window, that garage door is specifically
Yeah.
designed to fit a Rhino and a Dreadnought through. So the reason why people don't use vehicles right now is they have to go around terrain. They can't go through terrain like infantry. Enter this piece of terrain, which is the first piece of terrain I've ever seen that a vehicle can go through, but only at specific points. And that's, I think, really, even a Wraith Lord fits through there. And that's awesome. I love that personally.
What Spanish you speaking in here?
Wait, what? You don't think they can? That's why they make it like this. It would be specifically smaller and have or something across it if it couldn't go through. That's how we've always played it. Does it even say? No, it doesn't say. But yeah, if you fit, you can go through. That's how terrain works. Just like under a lip, like if I was a Wraith Lord, I couldn't technically go
Okay.
right here.
Anyway, Spaz, which one do you like
Yeah.
more so we can move on?
Sure. We can go to, how many people are here now?
Oh,
If
we
it's
got
less, 8, so we're still going up. As soon as the number starts to go down, I'm like gonna start playing boring tabletop stuff
There you go. Give them the
instead of
incentive
just
to leave.
shooting the shit. Look at the orc
I
graffiti.
mean,
That's
yeah.
this
like this
boy's
one
your
most.
friend. Blood axe shoot a boy.
So he likes
He
this one the most, so
takes
put
your
that one down.
the teeth.
That's gonna be tough. You can't even run knights on that side of the table at all.
Why would knights have 2 pieces to hide behind, and they could go through here, and they
Knights
can
can go
sit-
everywhere on
yeah,
this
They
table.
can
knights
step
can go
over the
everywhere.
junk.
This
Yeah.
force field is supposed to be flat, so
Knights
These
like the only piece of terrain knights really like those forests. Knights get a huge advantage from forests and craters. Not so much forests. Well, yeah, because they can. That way, like you just have -2 to be charged all the time, and that's the best buff you're gonna get from terrain. So I like camping
Can they
knights
fit
behind a
between those
pillar.
buildings? Is it wide enough for them to fit?
Yes, and the
Yeah.
rule with that is if you are too wide to fit through it, you can walk through it. You just can't in your base or somewhere you can't fit. So if like you were playing at a GT and they said 4-inch a train difference, and like I played Crusher Stampede, which had 5-inch bases, the ruling was they can go through it. I just can't stop where I can't fit.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's knights can turn sideways. That's why knights are on an oval. But yeah, so we good. I'll just put a mark that it's gonna be one of these two. We'll figure it out later. But we know the
But
reason.
he likes this one better. So.
Okay, so this one wins.
Yep.
Gotcha. And
This is entirely too
yeah,
much
it's
power
off
for
the
me.
alpha one. Clock tower.
Whenever people complain about the
Dude,
map
me
selection,
and
I'm gonna be like, "Well, talk to Spaz."
Yeah.
Disagree about everything too.
No to conversion. Scouring? We said no to
No,
scouring?
we got no sky conversions next.
Yeah.
So I have
Go
one
for
for conversion. You want me to do mine
Conviction?
first?
Tide of conviction?
No, tides
Conversion.
next. Conversions next.
Tide.
Yeah, we did tear down. That was abandons next. Is
Okay.
conversion.
Tear, abandon, conversion.
Which I guess in the chat, who's here to actually see the guide on 40K?
Orcs do love forest too, and orcs ignore the -2 for forest. But if you're goths, you love forest. Yes, I'm not a goth. I'll never be a goth player. It's just a trend. It's just a fad.
It's not a phase, Mom.
If those same people who played goths went Death Skulls, they probably still would have won, and then the whole world would be obsessed with Death Skulls, like what is the way things should be.
I think your Death Skulls are better than Goth, so.
Well, you know what you're talking about, obviously. Death Skull's old rule too, when they got their first reroll, they're the orcs that are supposed to cheat. And that's why you used to be able to reroll a hit and a reroll a wound, and it was because Death Skulls cheat at even 40k. I love them. Not that they cheat, that's bad, and I encourage it, but that's hilarious. They're the funniest orc. And they're blue, and that looks like Braveheart. That's cool. So this is what you got for tides?
This is my map choice for tides.
So this is interesting with the pools. I actually like that a lot. That's clever use of the pools, because that's what I don't like about this. It can be screwy with this map starting so close, and that kind of makes you have to keep your distance. Again,
And all they
vehicles
are
the
is
biggest.
dense light.
I hate these
that's all they are.
forests, dude. These are stupid.
Well, you know what?
That is like, couldn't they put like a Nurgle shit tree there or something? Just to, I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't design the map, man.
Well, you should maybe. Okay, but yeah,
We
that's yours.
discussed it.
Well, any opinions, Spaz? I say it's your typical average conversion map. I'm not against it. I have no bitches here.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's enough. It's enough.
It's got what I'd want. I like this part too, because like normally what you're doing on this map, like you're starting here, and a lot of guys, like if you know you're gonna send someone here, you can basically send the big chunky boy, like the chunkiest unit can just go right there, like quick, or you can send your lighter, if you have bikes or squig boys or something, you have them start here, and they have a good hiding spot where then they can crash into the side and stay hidden and flanked the whole time. Even something like a Nightbringer or a unit like Gaz that can get in nice and close, and the time you get to deal with them is on your terms. So these
Not
elves
only
are
that,
cool.
but your forward deploy units too. There's like a little spot right here in the corner where the windows are closed. So you can just kind of put them
Oh,
here.
look at that. Yeah,
They would
that's
have
a
to
good
move
eye.
out to shoot through as well.
Yeah,
Partially
I think
closed
it's got
windows
decent
that-
shooting lanes, but also at the same time not like.
What does
lanes
that
go
mean?
across the entire damn map.
If you
I mean,
highlight
some of
it,
the
Okay.
windows on the building are
not
closed
all of
and
them
some
are
open.
partially. Okay.
Exactly.
Just checking. So it's done by intent. That's cool. As long as they're both the exact same, which it looks like.
Yep, they are. It's just a perfectly symmetrical map.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm not against this one. I just think a lot of people are gonna not realize that that's a forest until it's been like, hey,
It's
that was
pretty
a
hard
forest.
to not tell if you hover over it.
Well, it
says
looks like a
forest.
little ruin. I don't know. It looks like just
It's a broken
slate.
ruin. It's
slate
difficult
on the
ground.
ground. Well, it's also dense somehow.
Yeah.
It blocks bullets, man. Okay. Can
Yeah,
this one
I'm
be
for it.
deleted? Yes, I'm gonna remove. Bingo. And then I've got Oh,
We got a
this is the
tide.
one I think I like. Hang on, I'm adding the one I got.
Uh,
And this is a different one. I did load the wrong one last time.
We're up to 10 folks now. How y'all doing?
Nice. Cool.
I'll make sure I thumbs down. I'm just getting a thumbs up.
Oh, I mean, any interaction's good interaction, I guess. Arthur just wants the cheese.
is this for conversion?
Yes, this is what I like. I know you got pillboxes, but they are open.
No, they're not.
They've got windows. They're not like the one that gave you PTSD. I just like the way the angled terrain is. Like the way these are very. Besides, I know you're gonna bitch about the pillboxes, but besides that, this is very cleverly assembled terrain. Plus, it looks like you're playing Diablo, and there's boobies and
How the
sexy
hell they
sex
get
cells, dude.
boobies?
I think
Look
you
at
get minus
right here,
points for
right
boobies.
here. You gotta watch my YouTube video.
You get minus points for even saying boobies.
Just kidding, dude.
He starts the tournament off with negative 50 points. Got it.
No, that's how good this map is, though. Is that I'm still confident that I can win, even the fact that I'm not mature.
I don't like the fact that these walls are so damn
It's
thick.
Slanesh, dude. They are big, but are they breachable? They are not breachable.
They're obstacles.
Yeah, so they're more like crates. And this only one that's breachable is the one in the center, and then the two boxes.
I don't like
I'm
that.
confident.
like
I'm
it?
gonna go 0-5.
Well, yeah, that's some confidence, I think.
How wide is that firing lane, like diagonally from deployment to deployment?
So yeah, it's going to
They're
be
good.
right to here to there, but you won't be able to necessarily hit the guys on the thing unless you put them. I think you can be off thing, but yeah, I just think it's cool. Yours is more practical, I'll admit, but this one's really cool. And it doesn't exactly. I don't find it super unbalanced. It's okay to have a shooting lane go across things. It's not like you're trying to look for. When I've said that before, it really just changes the way you play the mission.
Well, the problem is there's going to be no hiding here, except for behind
Yeah.
this turn one.
You have the angles because, like right here,
now
there's a
you get
lot
one
of
person to
hiding.
move up here, and you can just shoot through.
That's a
Or
long move to get all the way over here from that deployment zone, or that
from
that
right here to
side.
here. Any
No, if
vehicle can move that.
If you move to here, now you can see. You can't see anything over here, anything hidden there. You'd get the.
But if your
Right
stuff's
on.
already over here, I don't need to move over here. I can shoot you through the lane,
Yeah,
or
but
I can shoot you through the lane.
If you're not going to start, no one's going to deploy models there.
Where are you going to deploy them then?
Right,
'Cause,
you're gonna
I mean,
go.
you got
You're
2,000
gonna go
points,
here,
bro.
here to here. So anything that's behind like this line, then you've got here, and I would probably feel definitely safe going here and here, and you'd get just that. Yeah, you'd get that one thing. And if you want to deploy out there,
Unless I
that's
just step
just
in
as
here
risky
and
for
shoot
you as it
through
is
here.
for me. If you step in there, you can still only see through the windows, which doesn't give you a huge. It's not. I played on this map. It wasn't. I didn't find hiding being that bad. But yes, we can go with yours. You seem to not like
I mean,
this
it's not.
one at
It's
all.
not my choice. It's
It looks
Spaz's
like old
choice.
school Diablo.
See, now I'm actually a spectator in this, so I can see what the hell I'm going. Yeah, dude, there's a huge firing lane right down the center of the deployment.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing, is what I'm saying.
That's
Maps
trash,
sometimes
dude.
do have that, but that you can still hide from it. And if that's not a lot that can shoot down there.
Okay, if
Correct?
that was the only one, I would be okay. But it's actually like on the corners as well.
Okay, keep in mind this is a more melee favored map too. But yes, we can go with yours. This is the only map where you start close.
If the ruins were breachable, or
And these
they
are dense
breachable.
somehow. These L's aren't. These count as crates. So
Those are
this
not.
is
those
crates
aren't, but the
and
other ones
that's
are.
crates.
Okay. All right.
So you'll have to actually run all the way around every
Whoa.
time.
Yeah, I like the other one better. The fact that the center ones are breachable
Okay.
does make it a little bit better, but
There you go.
I think if these L's in the center were more were better positioned.
Next one. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's fine. You're fine. You don't have to like you kind of sold me. I just think it's freaking cool map. Tides of Conviction is next.
No, you're in love with the map. It's okay because it's got boobies.
Well, it's just it's got that like.
Find boobies.
I play vampire counts, and vampire counts are my jam for Age of Sigmar, and this seems like
for 22.
cool aesthetic. Tides is next. I think we got to reset the map again.
Yeah.
Wait, did we just drop to 7 from 11?
Oh man.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
I
we
think it
did.
might be time to... I don't know what you mean. Someone said crew.
That's me.
Bro, what does that mean?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, cool.
Pick something.
Okay. So we're on to
Tides of Conviction.
that was conversion. Sorry, I put Tides Conviction in the message.
Love the Hammer and Anvil. Or not Hammer and Anvil. Whatever. Dawn of War deployment.
All right, it's your turn to load a map in.
Do what?
It's your turn to load a map in.
I'm looking. You might have to go first on this one. I don't have it labeled correctly.
I don't like it.
I'm gonna-
Unless you want to
I'm
wait a
losing my ass
second.
in this tournament. It's gonna be all because I pick shitty maps.
Absolutely.
Okay, I got one, I think.
All right.
We won 1 sec. Want to make sure that's gonna be my pick. I have another orc one. Moon Base, Crystal Cave. So many maps saved. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. It might work. So hard to see from up here, or from like that far away angle. I might veto myself right away.
You shouldn't do that. You'll go blind.
Uh,
Oh wow. Oh,
Just let OpenAI pick the 5th map.
it just-
I think it's trying to load. There
yeah,
we
it
go.
just loaded. Okay. All right.
I don't know if this one works the best for this map though.
It's not terrible.
Not yeah.
No.
Is it Ray floor or is it just not loaded?
It's just not loading.
Well, points off for that, obviously.
Huh. Well, if it doesn't have a good floor, I don't like it anymore.
These
Like
are wide open.
I
Yeah.
think you can
Like I
still
said, I don't
change
know if this one's made for that one. So
This
you might
is,
as well go. I'm
yeah,
not
'cause
even.
this
I don't
is
care
wide
much for
open.
this. This was for a different map. I just saw that. I could only see the deployment lines from the little picture. So this must be for the other map, abandoned, whatever.
Let me
Yeah, it
reload
looks like
this
the
map.
objectives are supposed to go across the middle. I wasn't prepared. Oh man, we just dropped to 5.
Oh man.
Will
Dropping like
someone
flies.
just if anybody's in here and wants me to start the stuff we're supposed to be here to do, which is what I'm here to do, that's so far I know everybody that's in the chat already knows how to do this, and I would like to personally help someone step by step who has no
I
idea what the fuck they're doing.
That's me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh, well, yeah. On Tabletop Sim, right, to get it all loaded in?
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay. And then let's let Justin show up his map, and then I'll show you exactly what to do.
So what is 40K?
Yeah. I heard you can mix Space Marines with like these rotten robot things called Necrons.
No, this is the one where you play as an Italian plumber and you try to meet up
Oh,
with
it's my favorite.
Mhm.
Yeah. On a construction site.
All right, this is my map. Oh yeah.
This looks just like the other map that you put in, except
No, it
more
doesn't
sideways.
look anything like the other map.
You like your pools of
It's
goo,
green.
don't you?
Your mom likes pools of goo.
Sound a little jelly because you loaded in a trash map.
Well, I didn't have any time to prepare. I was just gonna show you one, like,
you had a week to prepare.
not to look for maps yet. I got
Oh
tons
yeah,
of stuff
yeah,
to
you
do.
had a week.
I only
knew
gave
this was
myself
going
like
down.
less than 10 minutes.
That sounds like a personal
I
problem.
was gonna do it yesterday.
That
Then
also
Sons of the
sounds like a
Forest
personal
happened.
problem.
Yeah, man, he was showing me where to get the modern axe.
Yeah, dude, that modern axe in Sons of the Forest is pretty
Sounds
legit.
like a personal problem. But
You know,
I'll send you this one because this is probably.
This might sound a little weird for someone who plays a melee army, but should the the puddle should be like difficult terrain, right? Because there's like 0 difficult terrain on this, which seems
Yeah, it should
odd.
be. Oh, it's not.
It's not.
It's dense
Um,
instead.
Yeah, it's dense and light.
Damn.
I mean, I like it. That part seems odd, but other than that, I'm mad about it. It's got decent shooting lanes for you shooty boys.
I like it because we do have one map on here that has a bunch of forests.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just asking, like, how when you play a game and you were to set up like terrain at your house, how often do you put a forest on the map?
every time.
Every time?
At,
Say I only
right,
do about
Brandon? We always
50%
put
of the
forests.
time.
Yeah, we got the like 2 rings of trees at least.
I have
Yep.
problems getting forests into desert maps and into
Wow, they're little oases.
yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
I like this because you can tag the center ones from inside.
Yep.
Kind of, yeah.
I'm good with this map. I guess it's what, an outdoor library, because those things exist.
Yeah,
I mean,
with
it's the
talking
41st
about-
millennia. Everything, exists.
You should see. You know the jobs librarians have nowadays.
There's
40K?
flying robot
It's crazy.
babies. I mean, come on.
Don't even ask about what janitors do in 40K.
I think we just have one more to do, don't we?
We can, but I want to
definitely.
also help Logan do the important
Okay.
stuff, which is why he's
Yeah.
here. I don't know how pressed how time he is. I have nothing
What?
for this one. Because like I
So
said, I
who's your
didn't.
name?
I have 100 maps for this one, but I just don't. They're all labeled as map or lava map or cool city map or something like
Yeah,
that.
your organizational skills are amazing.
Yeah, but I
Yeah, it
wasn't
looks
using
like
it for
a
Yeah,
good
you
orc
tournaments.
see
map.
his.
It was
yeah, you
for
should
my
see his
personal
Premiere
stuff
files.
before.
Good night.
How many
my-
orc players are in this tournament?
We don't
All
know
of them.
yet.
There's gonna probably,
Like-
I bet at least 5 are gonna be in
It's
here.
gonna be like half of them for sure.
It's just how many are Goths and how many are Death
Probably
Skulls.
all of them.
It's the Deathwing, dude. I'm not kidding. If you want like trade seeker for the what to do in this tournament, make sure you're kitted for Deathwing. That means Mega Knobs are gonna be awesome because you're gonna have to buff them to +1 damage. Anything you can get with damage 3. Missile launchers are one of the best weapons against Deathwing.
Yeah. I'm actually painting
gotta-
Mega Knob right now.
Yeah. But anything that you can, Mega Knobs will out smash them still. Like, you're a little bit cheaper. That used to be their advantage, is that they were a lot cheaper. Now you
Yeah,
kind
and
of
then they-
are the same as
Yeah.
them, which I'm not as
kinda
big a
silly.
fan on. Hey, what about that
Yeah.
cool map I had with the TV screens? That was playing
I don't even know what that mission that was for.
Well, we could make it work for any mission. Just pick which one it best applies. This one, so much dense in your terrain. Man, that's
Oh, the meat map. Yeah, this is a good one.
the meat map.
Lots of terrain.
I'm
Lots
gonna
of
be that
hiding.
guy. So they're not symmetrical. Yeah, the 2 on the corners aren't because
This-
there's like way more on the opposite side of this
That's
corner. than this
not
corner.
human goo, like body tissue, rib cage. Either that or it was a big. I don't know what the fuck that was.
This is
I think there's the faces right here, and then he's got
I think
like
you're focusing on the
2
wrong
rib
thing.
cages. See, this is what I'll do in game too, and that's how people beat me. I was just too busy admiring the train.
Yeah, don't hate this. I like it.
Yeah, it works.
Seems nice and balanced, except for whatever reason that that obstacle right there in the corner isn't the same as the other one. The little S-shaped containers.
These two?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not symmetrical. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can feel Justin's brain breaking. It's
Which
all right.
one's not symmetrical?
This
These right here?
yeah, look at
Yeah,
this one, how much is
the
hanging
S shape.
over, and look how much hangs over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make a tactical decision on which one you want to go to, bud.
But people
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to do that. They always take the one that they put their models on and say that fate told them to be on that side.
There you go.
Or wait,
I mean,
they are even, dude, because wait, no they're not. Kind of. It doesn't matter because you're not deploying there.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
deployed there, it would matter.
Well, it does because of the amount of that's hanging out from
A little bit. I don't think you're
like
gonna be able to get
trying
2
to get from
models
the
on it.
back.
It could, I guess, if you're hiding behind it. Okay, if you go behind it,
It's like-
no, it's still about the same.
Well,
It's
like coming
not a
from your
huge
deployment
deal.
zone. If you like, think of coming from the deployment zone from there to there.
Well, which one would you take? Would you be like, oh, obviously I need? It's
I mean, we could just
you know.
we could just move it. I mean,
Yeah,
not,
but I don't think anybody's gonna care notice because we don't deploy. If we deployed in it, I'd be on your side 100%. But I feel like if I can just go to the other one, because neither of those are anybody's thing. Like if you don't
Right.
like that one, I'll deploy to go to the other one. I have a you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, pick maps where people got their shit together. That's all I'm saying.
I think it was
it's not-
deliberate. Personally, I think it was a deliberate choice by the guy that made this map
I don't think it
because he
was.
wanted the map. He wanted to make you have a decision. I'm like, which one do you want? Which is a very small decision. Okay, so now we're gonna go into Logan. You are still here, right?
Yeah, what's up?
Cool. So we're gonna go over how to get you set up.
Oh, I know how to set up.
Oh, you were just kidding? Well,
It's
Oh
me.
yeah.
I guess that helped to rush us
I
through
didn't say
things.
nothing. I don't think.
It was me, Absinthe.
Abs, you know how to do it too, right?
best moderator.
Oh, yeah.
ever.
I've never
Yeah,
played on
that-
TTS before.
For
that
real?
guy.
Okay. I can totally. There you go. Now we can actually start the video. An hour late. So you do, if you haven't, you own Tabletop Simulator, correct?
I do, yeah.
Okay. And have you ever downloaded the files or attempted to?
I think I have part of them, but I'd have to double check I have the right ones.
So if you click on the description to this video, I have 2 places that you can get them. One is GitHub, and then one is the full instructional guide that most people use off of Tabletop Simulator's Discord. But if you go to GitHub, the GitHub link in the description, I can walk you through it from there. This is the part I'm going to be the worst at because it's been like 4 years, 5 years
Let me
since
see if I
I've done
have it.
this. But
You're good. I just downloaded this like
Perfect.
a billion times.
I can't remember if there was an installer for it or if you have to do it yourself.
No, you should just be able to get the files, and then you're either gonna need gosh, it's gonna compress it as a zip file. You're gonna need something to do.
Yeah,
to
you just
undo zip
extract it
files.
to the
Yeah.
Steam folder.
Yeah. The hardest part of it is basically just going to be finding those
That's the part I'm good
those
at.
files and then moving them into the save file for
Oh, I see what you're
Battle
saying.
Scribe.
So I can
Yeah.
follow along on mine too to tell you exactly where to go. But do you have the GitHub thing? Let me know when you started to download that. And then, yeah.
When I launch TTS, where would I find out if I already have it?
So if you go to games at the top of your screen, and I know my YouTube's going to be a little bit behind if you're watching through YouTube, and then you go to save and load at the bottom, and then that should show, you should have like Adeptus Astartes, mine goes Battleforge mod, Chaos, Eldar, Imperium, maps, tools. The main thing, the Battleforge mod pack is like the,
There's nothing under games.
okay, under for the save and load section. You should have classic DLC workshop save and load for your options on the side.
No, I don't have any of that. So let me go get downloaded, I guess.
But you have those options to pick from, right? Just make sure you're right in the right place.
Oh boy, yeah, this is already like driving me crazy because to try to download this, what am I downloading?
Well, are you on the GitHub section?
Yeah,
Okay. So that's the whole mega file. So that's the whole file that you want to download. Let me see if I can open it up here. But yeah, so the should be go to, hang on one second. Like I said, I have it, but I don't, mine looks a little different because I have it already installed. Where the heck is the download button?
Loudy.
I'm sorry, here I can even move my screen over. Has anybody done this recently?
So
What are you trying to do?
you-
Just
can you
download the
share your
file
screen,
off. Yeah,
Absinthe?
I've got my screen shared on YouTube too.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to see specifically where Absinthe is at because he's having the one.
Oh,
having
download
issues
zip. You hit
downloading.
code
Yeah.
and then go to download zip. And then that should bring up a download in the bottom corner of your screen.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
green code button is where you're gonna hit,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Okay, it takes a minute to download. There we
No problem.
Once it's done.
Yeah, it's a big file.
So yeah, if you're and then which army do you plan on bringing? I can even help you set it up if you want. Like show you or what army do you want to use for the example if you don't want anybody to see anything?
I haven't even built my list yet, to be honest.
So in order to fully go through this, I can do I'll just do one.
Build your list real quick.
I can do I can just do
You're
a
gonna have
Dark
to
Angel
build it
list
through
real quick.
Battlescribe anyway, and then
Yeah.
like you can have all your stuff in tabletop. You just
I
have
can
her
do the
over
one
it.
I have a 2K one I can upload right now for Death Guard.
Yeah, for Battlescribe, you can.
Mhm, you
You're
just
gonna
need
end up getting Battlescribe on your computer. You can just send yourself that file and then upload it to the.
You can do it off your
Battlescribe on the
phone too.
computer.
Like you don't
Yeah.
need Battlescribe on the computer if you hate it like me.
Yeah.
I'm so new to 40K that I suck at using Battlescribe.
No problem.
It's all right, dude. Sometimes the files on Battlescribe are really bad, like for Grey Knights.
I wouldn't say it's
Mhm.
any easier to use, but war.cards is a browser-based one that also, I believe it also produces a ROSZ file.
Mhm.
I think it's good to probably learn Battle. You kind of part of playing 40K is knowing Battlescribe, in my opinion, and
Oh, yeah.
then
Yeah.
learning stuff like war cards.
All right, I got it downloaded. What do I do now?
Okay, so now when you open that zip, you should see a bunch of obviously a bunch of files. Let me
It's
bring
just
up
one folder, right?
this here. I think so. It should be Battleforge mod pack. Is that what it's called? I think.
Mod compilation, yeah.
I said this is the reason I brought Justin on, because I usually send people to him for this part. Yeah, so that you want to move to, that's what I'm trying to find, is the exact folder this goes to.
You need to go, it's in your users, right?
Yeah, I think it should be in your Steam Maps folder, probably. That's what I'm going to check.
All right, it's going to be Documents, My Games, Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, really?
Documents, my games.
Yeah,
Oh, that's not it.
Documents, this PC Documents, My Games, Tabletop Simulator, and then you unzip it into saves.
Do you not have a My Games folder?
Trying to figure out how to drag it over there.
Okay. I don't have a My Games folder.
You may have, I just let mine install wherever it wanted to.
Okay, I dragged it
Yeah.
over.
You mainly just want to install it somewhere, and then we can manually move it in.
Yeah, you want to unzip it into that folder, not just drag the zip on it in case.
It extracts it. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I just make sure.
Okay, I got that.
Okay, and then
Now, with Battlescribe, I just need to save this as a ROS.
should save
Like
it as
whatever you save it as, whatever the normal file type is.
you'd save it as
which
whatever
is-
it tells you to save it as,
Yeah,
like the normal one.
which I think is ROSZ.
Okay, I did that.
Okay, and then
You need to go to Yellow Scribe, right?
not yet. That's something else. We get the army first. We just got to make sure you have the mod. So that's where I'm trying to find where the heck my mod's actually saved at. I did this so long ago. I have way too much crap on Steam. Well, it's not in your Steam Maps folder. That's you can confirm that. Hang on.
Yeah, the hardest part is finding the damn file. It saves in different places for.
Yeah,
different
it's just
people.
finding where your tabletop sim game is saved to. Is which it's obviously if you own it and have it open, it could save somewhere. That's where
Yeah,
I'm
they're
looking.
different file paths. for
mine
like the
is.
same name.
Go to your main Steam library and you can right-click
Oh, there you
Tabletop
go.
Simulator.
There you go. Yeah, right-click it and then open its file location.
Yeah, you can go to Manage and then Browse Local Files.
If I'm looking
Okay, what am I doing there?
So now did it open up a file? What's the file location address it says at the top? Like you'll say
Tabletop Simulator.
this PC / game / something like.
It's my hard drive, Steam library, Steam apps, common, Tabletop Simulator.
Common. Okay. Yeah, so that's where you're going to be storing it, and then as soon as I can get there, I can't remember what freaking drive I stored this on. Steam.
The woes of the
Common.
gamer.
Uh-uh. I don't know where it should be. Steam maps. Common.
All right, I
Yeah,
think I
mine goes
missed it.
Subnautica to the forest. Tabletop Sim should be right there.
Which what are we trying to do here?
Where
Or
does
which
he
deck are we
store
on?
the files? Where's he
The
down?
ones that
Yeah.
he just downloaded from GitHub?
Huh?
Said like 10 minutes ago.
I already
It's-
did that.
Yeah, yeah. He already did that part.
Yeah, but
It's
it
this
doesn't
piece.
have to pull from the right location.
That is the right location.
Oh, I thought you had to make a new location. Okay, then you should be
No.
good.
Yeah, because like you'll notice like when you try to pull all that stuff in, it's not in your mods or your workshop. It's in your saves.
Oh, okay, so it just scans your whole computer.
Oh no, it just pulls
Oh.
all your saves from.
I was just making sure you had it in the right spot. So yeah, then go to your reopen Tabletop Simulator, and you should be good to go.
Yeah, or I guess
And
you
then
have
I'll
the
teach
Yellow
you the.
Scribe workshop
Yeah,
and all installed.
yeah, I'll do that part next.
Okay,
That part I know. The
because we have to do it every 3 months.
download these files?
No, the Yellow Scribe.
Oh yeah, that's easy though.
Although, have you?
I hate like navigating to where things go in my computer file wise. Especially doing it like first try never happens for me. Justin's trying to figure out which dice are the most rigged. Just keeping them to the side, right?
Just
I'm just
playing out
kidding.
some roles here.
Playing Imagination Warhammer right now. No, I love that drop pod with the sound effects. Your Votan kind of looks like Gene Stealer Cult from a distance.
Hmm.
You do. You got that industrial vibe going.
Well, they
You
are
can
an
wait to get that
industrial.
champion in there, could you?
Huh? Oh, absolutely
Whoa.
not. I love the champion.
You just freaked out.
At first, I hated him.
Nah, dude, I love using the 1 CP strat on him. Bring his Air Jordans to the game, move like 15 inches.
Put the exactor on him and use Warrior Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're bringing
Just love the
Rogue
look
here?
of shock on my opponent's face, and we're like, all right, my champion's gonna move 15 inches. What? Yeah.
Vultures were the coolest thing in
He's also going to do
Terran,
mortals
though.
on the charge.
So, don't you have to assign like units to cards and all that crap?
Yeah, I'll go through that in a second. Do you have are the files working?
I'm
Like if you go
literally
to
looking
games
at units
the
right
top.
now.
Okay, so you got you said Death Guard was the list you wanted to do?
I'm not gonna. This is not gonna be the one I'm using, but it's just so I know how to do it.
Okay, so I'll do it then with Dark Angels then if you want to follow along. The first thing that you're going to do is now you can either do it from the game. So if you go to Workshop and then hit the browse button, you can browse different mods from the workshop. And the one you're looking for is Yellow Scribe version 2.
I don't have version 2. I have.
I think version 2 is out of date. I don't think it worked. Or version 1, I think, don't work anymore.
See that
No,
green button
version
that
1
says
does not
browse?
work anymore.
Sorry, what'd you
Yeah.
say?
Didn't confirm.
Oh no, Absint's actually streaming his screen. I was looking at it. There,
Okay.
when you go into workshop or go back to your workshop screen, yeah, you can just X out of that one.
Yep.
X out of this one.
Yeah, X out of the screen. Yeah, and then go back to your workshop. Right next to the search bar, on that window that popped up. That's a browse. I think that's if you click browse, I think that's the one he was talking about.
Yeah, sorry. That's how you do it from in-game. You can go from the Steam overlay, or if you just hit the workshop portion and then hit browse, it'll open up a secondary tab where you can download all your mods. So that's what I've got. I don't know if it's easier. I can share my screen on Discord. I don't know if that'll lag anything if I'm sharing and streaming. No idea.
Yeah, there you go. V2.
Otherwise, I'm doing it on YouTube right now. So I can do it again one more time here. So what I'm doing is I'm hitting the games button at the top, which opens up the classic DLC workshop save and load button. Hitting workshop, and then after hitting workshop, I'm hitting the green browse button.
Yeah, he's got the
Okay.
right yellow scribe on here. It's
Perfect.
directing him to the .xyz.
All right. So then once you have that, the next
Mike,
thing
you saying my code's expired?
that don't I mean, you have to, are you in the game? I can go to that next because the next mod, while you're still on the mods, you're gonna need the actual mod for the map, which is FTC 40K map.
Yeah, he's got it.
Okay. Sometimes does that come with the pack finally? It used to not. That's the
No.
most updated one. That gets updated a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like that's the right one.
Yep, and it's blue background, red letters. Perfect. So then once you have that, you just go to the army that you want to make from the save and load. You can click on the Battleforge pack, and then Warhammer 40,000 army collections. Just gonna do Dark Angels for now.
Back up one. Absinthe, you're in the workshop. You want to go to the save and load on it. Yeah, the save and load. There you go.
Oh, I just loaded a different thing. Forgot there were people in my game.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry if you were working on something. I hope it wasn't too important.
Yeah, the Battle Forged there. Yeah, and mod pack. It's where you were earlier, where you saw the models.
I'll be back in a little bit.
No problem. Okay, so the and then if you if you want to watch my screen, I can show you how I put together an army the fastest.
Okay. I think your screen is completely not in sync to what you're
Okay,
doing.
I'm gonna share it on Discord then, too, and that should help.
Okay, I can see your screen now.
One sec.
It's about a 10-second delay.
Okay. I'm sharing my screen on the Discord now. That should be in sync now. So like right now I'm picking up this Damocles thing. I think it'll let me stream two things at once. All right. Let me bring up my Dark Angel list here. Okay. Let me know when you are ready, Absinthe.
I'm watching.
Okay. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm gonna grab, like, Dark Angels have a lot of different stuff. I think there's Deathwing here. Okay, good. Looks like it. You only need one thing for each unit. I'm gonna usually pull them aside first. So sometimes you'll have to pull from other mods if they don't have the unit specifically. Otherwise, people don't really care. The first thing I'm looking for is Lazarus, and he is not here. So I'm going up to games and then to the save and load. Adeptus Astartes, but I'm not going to open this mod. I'm just going to pull real quick from another one. There's this one called Dark Angel Codex units. So this should have all the units I'm looking for right here. And then I'm just going to type in each one that I'm looking for. First one is Lazarus. He's not here. Ezekiel. Wow, he's not here either. I'm getting anyone that's specific to. There's a Talon Master. Kind of. Well, they don't have very good units for Dark Angels. I think this is just the specific ones then. So Deathwing with Thunderhammer is what I'm going to need for sure. So this, even though I have a bunch of them, I'm not going to need a bunch of them. I'm just going to bring out one to use as the infantry guy, and then one to use as the sergeant, and then one to use as the Cyclone Terminator. It looks like they don't have one with a hammer, but he'll work fine. And sergeant. So now it's really up to you. So this is the only sergeant they have. I could use that guy as a sergeant, or I could even just use the same dude and have him be named sergeant. So, but either way, no one really cares. If you're not using Deathwing Knights, that guy won't matter. But most people won't care if this guy's got a Thunderhammer. So he's there, and there's the Cyclone Missile Launcher. That's the whole squad and all I'll need, because those are the only models that are going to be represented. You don't need to make the whole army. And then, yeah, Ravenwing Apothecary. I'm just going to type in Apothecary. There he is.
Sure.
Boom. And Attack Bike. Boom. Dark Shroud. Boom. And the rest should be here. Because I don't think... I doubt they'll be infiltrators. So GW does not like Tabletop Sim. And they think that Tabletop Sim and the mod creators should have to give them money. But that's obviously absurd.
A lot of board games. That's why a lot of board games have now putting themselves on Steam.
Yeah, it's a mess, and so many more people would play the game if they would just stop caring. Because that's why it's hard to find things like infiltrators. So now you'd kind of go through and just look for, like, what is the best thing for infiltrators. So it's probably going to be these tactical marines. Well, not one with the plasma gun. But honestly, just using regular marines that's a flamer. See? Bolter. Is that a bolter? So I just need that guy and then a dude to represent the sergeant. So anybody that's a normal sergeant should be fine. Where the heck are the sergeants? Guard, no. Well, whatever. We're just gonna use a regular bolter guy. So there we go. Those are the all 5 infiltrators will be those 2 units. So basically, I think that's about everything. The rest I can kind of fill in. But once you have your army, you're gonna take, like, assuming I did all the work, you highlight everything. Whoops. Then right-click any of the models and hit save. So save object. It is the 4th button down when you right-click them. And then save it as something that, like, find easy. Doing Dark Angel pre-made.
Yeah, I'll usually do, like, whatever the army is, and then, like, seed.
Yep, there you go. So now, either on your phone or on your desktop, you want to go to yellowscribe.xyz.
Preferably on your desktop if you got 2 monitors. That way you can do a copy pasta.
I usually do it on my phone. Wherever you have the file for your battle roster file, whatever you made the list on. If you made the list on your PC, do it on PC. If you made the list on the phone, do it on your phone.
There's that.
So once you have that, then you're gonna hit upload roster, and let me know when you're there.
Ready?
Okay, so you hit the yellow button, upload roster. Can't show this one. Now to find it, are you doing it on your phone or your PC?
PC.
Okay, so that should be easier to find it then. So find where your battle scribe is. There'll be a section that says roster. And then dig through it in there. I have like 200 armies in my freaking battle scribe. There we go. All right.
Not let me upload.
And then submit. So now what we do is, now that that's why we saved our army. So now I'm going to go to games and I'm going to go to workshop, which is where we downloaded that mod before. And I'm going to load up Yellow Scribe version 2. And it's going to say paste your code here. So I'm going to paste my code.
Doesn't work.
What, the opening the mod?
Keeps telling me that the code's expired.
You have you have a window to do it in. You only have 10 minutes to get that code in. I entered it in manually. So at the bottom, when it's submitted your list, you'll have that huge list of Post-it cards. Then you scroll to the bottom, and it'll say submit. Once you hit submit, you take the code, and you immediately load it into the YellowScribe version 2. And just making sure you are on yellowscribe.xyz, not .net, right?
.net.
Yeah, that won't work. You need to be on XYZ. .net, Games Workshop took down .net because they don't, we're
Still
stealing
works
from
though.
them.
Like
Yeah,
honestly.
it'll work because it's a dummy site, but it's not linked or active any longer.
Yeah.
So if you click on YellowScribe 2, the first thing it says on there is do not use yellowscribe.net.
I can see why they're upset with Tabletop Sim because the game doesn't play the same on Tabletop Sim.
Yeah, but they get a lot of people from it. And like I know a lot of people that have played Warhammer where they
I know a lot of people who purposely don't buy the models because they can play for free.
I mean, it's not like playing in real life. Like I'll always choose to play in real life over Tabletop Sim, but it scratches that itch. And especially during things like COVID. COVID's when I got real into Tabletop Sim. And I did like the first GT after COVID was on Tabletop Sim. And that was awesome. And the fact that people could still play and like we actually had information on the meta was really cool. So let me know when you've caught up.
This is not working.
That's if you scroll. Go ahead to the next step.
Here, I guess I can open
sure.
the stream too. I'll go to the next step for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So
next I'm just going to at the top instead of games, so right next to that games button we've been hitting is the objects button.
yeah.
I'm already there.
All right, you're gonna
just
bring out your
hold
save.
tight for a second, Absinthe.
Oh, okay. You told me to go ahead.
No, you're fine. Absinthe, just watch. See if you can watch his stream for a second to see what. It's easier for him to show it to you than it is for somebody to try to explain it.
So now what I'm gonna do is you got your army right here, and there's a little drop down thing to go through everything. You're just gonna go through each thing and click. So for example, I didn't bring everything out, but I've got these are the dudes I'm using as an infiltrator squad. So this guy here will be the infiltrator basic dude, and this guy here will be the sergeant. And then the Deathwing Terminator, it says Cyclone Missile Launcher is that one. Then
How do I unselect them because I accidentally selected two
click it.
things?
I think you can click it again. So I think if I click it again,
No, it doesn't work.
See
It
what
says
I'm
there's
doing?
an error.
Just click another model, and it'll
you have to
select them.
So click the one and then click anything to change it or select it. Yeah, Deathwing Terminator, Cyclone, Deathwing Normal, boom, Deathwing Sergeant, boom. And then my Dark Shroud, Attack Bike.
Odd, because I don't see your cards, Nick.
You don't see my cards?
I don't.
On my shared screen?
Well, I'm in the game or in the thing.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to see it in the game. That's fine.
In the game, okay.
There
it is.
I was just making sure it had on the other thing. So then, like if I wanted to, I can, do all these. If I highlight models, hit Control X, Control V, it's just copy paste them, and that's how I can get through these last ones real fast. Like there's the same thing again, boom, boom, and then same thing again.
So weird.
Boom, and then.
So I need more than just the one Marine squad I spawned in then, huh?
No, you can use the same
model. You just duplicate them. So like what I did here. So where I had these three Terminators, I highlighted them. I hit Control X to make them disappear, and then Control V to spawn in more.
Why do you do that, Nick?
Because otherwise it would assign to the same model and it wouldn't work.
No.
Well, you can assign to the same one?
Yeah. You just.
Oh, I guess it does work that way. Okay. Well, then I just like to make myself work harder. So have you gotten any of the cards to light up green?
Yeah.
Okay. So once you've basically you go through each card until all the cards obviously aren't white anymore, then you're just going to hit the button that says Create Army. It's going to have everything organized for you. And now there's another step from here that's more of a quality of life thing. And once you have everything, there's all kinds of ways to use hotkeys with it. So sometimes if models, these aren't clipping. They are clipping. Clipping up there maybe? Weird. Okay, but anyways, when you have a model, say like this attack bike, the reason why this is so nice is if I highlight the model and leave my mouse cursor over it, you can now see all the guns that this guy has: the bolt pistol, frag grenades, twin bolt gun, multi-melta. What's also cool is if I want to like deep dive like someone's character. So for example, I have this apothecary here, and he's got a warlord trait. And if you see his abilities, he's got a ton of abilities. So I highlight the model and I hit 1 on the number pad, and that brings up his actual Battlescribe roster file. So it'll look just like it does in Battlescribe, and I can see all the stuff. On that same screen, if you are there right now, I can highlight him by picking a color at the bottom. Like I'm gonna make him be green, and what that does is it makes so if there's a piece of terrain blocking him, like how this bike's over the top of him, I can still see where the guy is, even though terrain's normally not allowing you to see. Now this is the double-edged sword of tabletop sim, is that a lot of people get so used to playing this way that they think it's almost impossible to play 40K in real life, because it's like, how do I know when I can't see what your stats are?
You lost me 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, hold on. So
All right.
you can't do what he's talking about until you create the army. But
Sorry, I
make
thought
sure
you were
have
at the
all
create army part. You don't have to do
okay.
them all. Like you can do it what you got right now, if you
Yeah,
want to still
scroll down to the
follow
bottom.
along.
I think he's got everything. We just
Okay.
I just forgot Poxwalkers, but I'm not worried about that. As long as I know how to do it.
Yeah, if this
Yeah.
isn't an army like you're bringing, it's more just for the example of it. So go ahead and hit create army then, and let me know when you're up
Did that.
to there.
Yeah.
Let me open
There you
your
go.
stream, and then I don't have to look like an idiot when I go too fast. I just can feel
Yeah,
my computer being taxed right now with all the crap I have going.
if you hold the mouse still over it, it should pop up. Yep, there you go.
Okay, perfect. So that's how you can see your normal stats, by holding your mouse over it like that. Now, obviously, you see Mortarion has a lot of abilities. So if you hit 1 on your numpad, that will bring up the details. So now this looks like his Battlescribe roster file. Now you can scroll down to where abilities would be in Battlescribe, and you can read what all those abilities are. So while your opponent's doing his movement, and like someone's coming at you, with the new Angron, you're like, I have no idea what that is. You can now read every ability. Damn, Mortarion has a lot of abilities. Wow. But yeah, that's what he's now.
I know, I'm playing with him tomorrow for my first time. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I should do this. I'm not ready for this.
He's not that bad. Just remember that he does mortal wounds in the fight phase. That's the most common one people forget. Now at the bottom of that, you see the colored buttons where it's like red, green, blue. So go ahead and pick a color.
Red.
Okay, so now if you click away from that, off of that white screen, now if you look at him, he's highlighted red. So if you were to put Mortarion behind a piece of terrain, he would still be red, and you'd be able to see him through that wall, even though, so you don't lose track of things. So the next thing you can do that's really cool with it is when you go to Mortarion, if you hit num key 2, you'll do a wound to him. And if you hit num key 3, you'll heal him. So instead of having to go through and mark his wound counter, you can just highlight him, hit the thing, and then he'll also change when he brackets. So when he's in his bracket, his health will turn yellow when he's mid bracket, and his health will turn red when he's on his bottom bracket. So did you able to see that? So if I think Mortarion, how much health does Mortarion have? 18. So he probably brackets at 9. Yeah. So that's how you can change his health really quickly. Now the next hotkey is the num key. It's num key 4. So Mortarion has an aura. So if you want to quickly see how far his aura goes, hit num key 4 is 1 inch. And then hit it again for 2 inches. And if you see at the top, it says measuring 2, measuring 3, measuring 4. So if he has a 6-inch aura, you can just put that up to 6. And
I have to check what it is. He counts as like round 4 or whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever. It's just for any character. So if you have a Space Marine captain given reroll 1s, you can set it to whatever his aura range is, and it's the color that you marked him. So since you made him red, it's going to make a red aura. So if you have a bunch of guys running auras, you make them each a different color, and then you know exactly which aura is which. Or if a guy has more than one aura, things like that. So it also works too for measuring threat ranges, and I've seen people use it for checking charges. Like, does 7 hit
Why does
you?
he have 2 circles?
You have
you
2.
hit 6.
Yeah, 6 is to add the next layer. I believe.
The
Yeah.
next layer.
Or next
So,
6.
well, no,
What
6
is it?
changes the size of the it changes what it assumes the size of the base is.
One of them is also adds a second aura for like if you have a 9-inch aura and a 6-inch aura. There's ways to do that. So that's the majority of setting up your army. So now the next part is once you have your army set up. So hopefully if it's your first game ever, the opponent that you're playing will set up the map for you. But sometimes you play against someone and you're both the first time on TTS. So you're going to go to...
Hold on real quick.
Yes, do you have any
You're gonna do
questions
the
here?
same thing.
Oh, sorry, save this. Yeah, if you were going to use this, save it. My bad. So to highlight all your models, and now right-click your favorite model, because that's going to be the face of the picture that it saves it as. And then hit Save Object. And then whatever you type, at the end of it, type in like a YS or yellow scribe to know that this army's been yellow scribed. Cool. So now, if you go up to Games and go to your workshop, you have FTC right there, the 9th. You're going to open that up. Yeah, my computer's huffing and puffing. She's getting old.
I don't think anybody's in your YouTube stream anymore. So
It's fine. I'm showing somebody how it works, and that was the whole point of this. And now I can tell people later when I have to do this again, like, why weren't you there the first time? Absinthe found out about it. Okay. So you hit confirm for gaming. And then now you're going
There's
to
so
need to
much
pick a
going
map.
on these tables. It's crazy.
And that's not too bad. Like it's going to be real easy in a second here. So now if you go to workshop again, we're going to go to browse, that same green browse button. So now, which one did we? Death and Zeal was the one we didn't really decide on. So I'm going to type in Death and Zeal in the search bar.
I think you got it backwards. You go back out of workshop. You want to go into your saves, kind of like how
sorry.
you did with
Yeah.
your armies. Yeah.
The green browse button.
Load. Yeah, save load.
Oh, you're doing it that way. I'm doing it a totally different way.
How else do you?
I like custom maps.
Hold on. I mean, that's where he's. Go ahead and hit. Well, he doesn't have. I don't think he's liked.
Oh, I was going to show him how to
custom.
get the same map as his friend if you get different
gotcha.
ones.
Yeah, then never mind. Don't listen to me. Listen to Sureblade.
Okay, go back a
to
screen.
workshop.
Go to workshop and go to browse. That won't share. Okay, because you're only sharing your game. So now when you're on the thing, just type in any mission. So for example, I picked Death and Zeal. And then
Lost Temple, Death and Zeal?
It doesn't actually matter at all. So pick any of the ones that say Death and Zeal. I'm actually picking 3 of them. One of them says Clumsy Orc. I want to see what that one looks like. But once you've decided on one, hit Shift Tab and it'll bring you back to your game. But Death and Zeal, just make sure we have the right terrain for that one. So now you should go... Oh, you didn't do it right. Sorry, hit the back button. Go at the very top of the screen. You can rewind time. See if you can hit that. It's at the very top next to Dice Roller. Yeah, right there. Hit that. Okay, good. So now on the workshop, so you pick the one that you like and you hit the 3 dots next to it. Now hit additive load. That's going to add it to our existing mod. There you go. And then you're going to usually hit confirm at the bottom. It's not a big deal, but you can kind of see your terrain. So once you have the terrain out, you're going to bring in your army. So you go to objects at the top of the screen next to games, and then saved objects, and then drag your army in. Perfect. So next is like actually playing the game. So on the side here, up at the top, you see a scoreboard on the other side of the map.
Mm-hmm.
So the scoreboard's where you're going to pick your secondaries, and you can select whichever category, however you want to. There you go. Okay, yours you had to click. So you pick your secondaries there just like normal, put your name in, and then your CP is off to the side. And then right below that is where it says the mission type. And you can pick Strike Force, like recover the relics, whatever deployment you want for the objectives. So like the one that we picked was Death and Zeal, so you would just look for Death and Zeal, set it to that, and you're good. And then there's another one for select deployment zones, where you'll select the same thing. I'm sorry, that's all you do is just select deployment zones. Depending on which one you have. Yeah, there you go. Right there, Strike Force, and then Death and Zeal, which is the last one of the... It's 32, sorry, 32. So that's your deployment zone. So now if you are
The
either
deployment
blue,
zone will be this section here.
yep, because it's that corner to corner one. So you be blue versus red, or red versus blue, whichever side you end up being on, and then you can deploy like normally. And then once you're ready to like roll some dice, you can go to your dice roller. Now yours is a little bit different than mine. I think you have the slightly older version, but it's fine. What's cool about this is you get a camera now to the left of your dice rolling, so you can watch your opponent's dice. But the easiest way to do it is first clear your dice, which is that black button that says clear mat. You're gonna right click that. Okay, so now say if I tell you roll 10 dice, you're gonna hit the 10, yeah, just like that. You gotta get them in the box. Sometimes it's weird. The easiest way to do it is hit roll all dice right next to it. So when I have 10 dice, I can just hit roll all dice. So now clear, like I'll show you how to do it real fast. Clear all your dice.
Not
So
clear.
right clicking it. There you go. So once you've cleared it, and then you're just gonna left click 10, spawn 10 dice, and then left click roll all dice. And boom. So now if you have to do a weird number, like say you needed to roll 12 dice or something, you can add, another 2, but it counts them in the bottom. So if you look right underneath where it says number 6, like right now you have 22 dice and they all add up to 49. Like right now you have 12 dice all adding up to 12. So then you can hit roll all dice. So now once you've done that, so now leave that there. Now say you hit on 4s. So if your bliss skill is 4, you're going to right click the black button that says 3 and up. Boom. That just gets, now hit roll dice again. And now you're on your wound roll. Now say you wound on 5, so go ahead and get rid of the 4 and ups. Exactly. So now if you had another one, say you go ahead and roll those dice one more time. Okay, now hypothetically, say you had reroll 2s. You would left click the white button next to the 2s. It says just roll that row. See that? And then if you the other button deletes that row, and the black is that row and up, white means that specific roll. But that's how you can do fast rolling through Tabletop Simulator. And Spaz in here, like I can see on his camera, so if someone's rolling
one of the
saves,
things that I noticed
Mhm.
that people have complained about TTS, right?
Mhm.
Is that, and this is why people don't, it's a whole mixed argument, right? I'm sure you've heard it. There is no RNG
Yeah,
in
it's like,
putting dice in this box.
and there wouldn't be, but that's also what makes it RNG. So yeah, if someone
No,
else,
there is literally none.
I
It's all
know,
pre-programmed numbers.
but no one knows those pre-programmed numbers or could use that to your advantage. Like if you were to roll a dice right now, there's no way you could tell me what number that's going to be. It's not random. You're correct.
Ew.
It's just like Mario Party. When they spin the dice above you on Mario Party, like that dice was already decided before you got to see that spinning block, which is sad. But only your Nintendo 64 knows what that number is, so it still is in theory random. And dice are kind of like how people argue casino dice versus the dice with rounded edges. They've done a lot of tests on this, and casino dice roll higher than gaming dice, but by like the smallest fraction, and that's because something has to win, But now that
That's how math works.
I know it's all fucked up. I'm like, and technically in a dice game, like Math Hammer isn't even real. Math Hammer is actually more of a form of critical hit chance, and that's how come you can roll 10 dice and 5 of them came up 6s.
Gambler's fallacy for all
Yeah.
of our statistic majors out there.
It's a crazy game.
I've known people who will literally put their dice into a cup of water
Well,
to
there's
see
a
how
lot of myths.
to see their favor, their bias.
Actually, so there's a whole thing. Game Science makes dice for like D&D. They're big things. They've been around since the 70s to make they make dice for D&D. There's actually somebody that did a test on Game Science dice versus like ChessX. The big thing about Game Science dice is that they're sharp edged, and basically what it comes down to is the rounding process of the dice is what makes the faces uneven, and therefore makes them cater to one side or the other. So if you have like a lucky dice or an unlucky die, that's probably
If it's rounded, yeah.
It's because during the that polishing and rounding process, it's
It's
not even.
weighted. It's a weight thing.
Kinda, yeah. And that's why I do use all casino dice. But still, casino dice tend to roll better because when that rounding happens, it's more likely apparently that it rolls shittier than it rolls better. But either way, it's not like you're all random. If you didn't know it was like a slightly weighted dice in your favor, it doesn't really matter. It's not like you need to go and roll every dice you have 10,000 times before you can bring it to a tournament, just to make sure. But yeah, the last thing though I want to teach you is how to actually use the models. So go ahead and take any model and just put it on the battlefield. And I'm going to show you how to move them easily.
Let's say yeah, there's a step where I don't know. Everybody kind of has a different opinion on it, but as far as
Mainly how you
the
measure.
the automatic measuring, I like to turn that on before I do my save, but not everybody's into it.
Yeah, I use the freestyle one. Depends on what I'm measuring. I like the freestyle one for weird angles. Do you have a model on the board?
Yeah, sorry, I was
Okay, sorry.
printed something out.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
So once you have them on the board, to move them, you're gonna drag them while holding tab, and that's how you can So if that's a Plagueburst crawler and it's got like a 10-inch movement, exactly. So now it is measuring right there from the middle of the model. That's why you trust its measurement, because you measure the middle to the middle or wherever its grab point is. So that way you can see exactly how far it goes, if you're on an objective, etc. Now to mark something, what's up?
How so it's measured from the middle of the model? That's completely wrong.
Yeah,
You're
it
supposed to
doesn't
measure
matter.
from the hull.
As long as you are measuring, well, you could measure freestyle to the hull. Like if you were to drag to it, so like if your Plagueburst crawler is shooting something else, you'd measure to the hull. And you can also measure. That's because you're on grabbing points. If you right click, how do you turn that off again? Right click the model and hang on.
Because I'm like really confused. Like that's giving me like an extra 4 inches of movement.
Not a movement, no,
No.
because you're starting in the middle. If you started at your hull and then moved to your middle, then you'd have an extra 4 inches of movement.
Right.
But you're
When you pick
starting
it up
in the
and move
middle and move. Yeah, check
the
it.
point is the same.
If you try it, it'll be that way. Sorry, I'm looking at how to turn off. You can turn it off though if you want it to go off of the hull, for measuring. But like I said, measured from the thing to the other thing, and you won't have a problem. So, like for example, shoot to that shrine. So go ahead and hold tab and drag your mouse from the hull of your and then you can see exactly how if you touch things, etc. And also that helps for measuring if you have a line to see line of sight, or if you're going through something obscured. Next thing though is if someone says, "What are you shooting with right now?" you can hit tab twice near your Plagueburst crawler to signify that you're shooting from him. So anything you want to get someone's attention, just tab twice. The most fun thing that you'll never use is press F and then drag. Oh yeah, that's flip. Sorry. Hold down F and then drag your mouse back, and then let it go. It's flying Plagueburst crawlers. That's how you fling things, and you do it when you get angry and you yield, and then you can fling your biggest model into his models, and they go everywhere like bowling pins. It doesn't really matter. I was just joking around, but F will flip a model if it ever gets stuck upside down. The last thing I want to show you that comes up. Oh, you're clipping again. Whoa. Oh no, you just F'd them. Okay, you flinged them. Yeah, if you fling them, it automatically turns on collision. If you ever grab a model and it has collision, you can change that by turning it off. But the last thing I do want to show you is the oh my god, I'm brain farting now. Get distracted by the flinging of the models. Is that pretty much everything?
I just want to point out, like, so when you're talking about it giving you extra movement or whatever, it's going to remain the same point regardless of where you move it. So it's kind of like the difference if you go to move like anything with a base. If you measured from the back or the front, it's not going to matter as long as you're measuring to the back or the front. So just because it's in the middle, it's not going to.
And with this thing, like I'm just starting to see this. Like, I don't use this in any of the games that I play in. This timer thing, is this a thing that you guys are
chess
using?
clock only if your opponent really is like 100%. I highly doubt it will come up. So if it comes up, you can start it and finish it, but then tell him like he needs to help remind you. The only way I could ever see that coming up is if someone's got to drop from the tournament because they have to work 70 hours this week and they only have 3 hours free on this one day and they only have 3 hours to get the game done. Like, I would rather drop that person than try to squeeze a game in 3 hours on Tabletop Sim, unless I knew both people were very fluent in Tabletop Sim.
Oh yeah, because I would say like, I'll fucking time out by round 3 because fuck, I'm fucking
call
slow.
a judge veto on it if someone says you need to finish your game in 3 hours, and you've never played on Tabletop Sim before. Like that, we won't let that happen. And it's also like how it's gonna work is you're gonna be assigned your player, and then you might have to kind of look for them in chat. I'm gonna set up a thing where everybody's gonna have to change their like say who they are in chat, so that way we can find people. You'll message him on Discord and be, hey man, what's a good time for you? My free days are these days, and this day usually, and I'm more of an evening person or a morning person. Then they'll respond, and assuming you don't get someone from halfway across the world, which can happen, you'll probably have a normal game at a normal time. But like if you do get matched against someone like from Greece or something, you might have to play it like 10 o'clock in the morning or something like that. But either way, you'll both decide on what works the best for you.
And so this is going to be a 5-week thing?
Yes, you'll have one game a week for 5 weeks.
Okay.
And if if you can't make a certain week, the earlier you can give us a heads up. Either let me or Justin know, preferably Snepa. So Snepa Tis, he's the event organizer, and then I'm gonna be a backup like TO, and I'll be coming in. There'll be some people I'll be recording. Obviously, you'll ask permission if I recorded you first, and then also I'll just be jumping in to kind of grab some data on people, and I want to do like an evaluation afterwards, kind of like,
let me introduce you to Absinthe, our most retarded TTS player and newest member to 40K.
Dude, well, people like newer people, and like that's one of the things, just like with you, of a lot of people want to try it on Tabletop Simulator, and they just haven't. It's easier if someone shows them exactly what to do, And now you're all set. You got the.
I've kind of been like anti TTS because like, I'm not a GW sim by any means. Like I buy third-hand models and stuff like that, and I buy fakes, but I don't know. Just something about TTS just feels wrong.
I mean, Games Workshop needs to make their own game. They could make this so much better. This came out in 2015. We have the technology to do this better. If they just took this game, they legally can copy it. So it's kind of like Heroes of the Storm.
Well, here's the first thing they need to wear. They need to fucking deal with their problem, and they're not a competitor, but put out a proper fucking battle scribe.
Yeah, they can't do that. That's impossible. And the other thing that screws them into a corner is technically this battle scribe thing is such a clusterfuck because the latest posting of any rules for GW is considered official, and this is stated in like the developer notes of the core rulebook. Meaning, if they screw up on their little stupid app, that is officially the rules. Doesn't matter what anything else says. And so one typo and things can go to hell. But yeah, I don't trust Games Workshop at doing anything other than book-related stuff. They're pretty good at.
I don't trust them with that because they fucking change it a week later, and the fucking book is useless.
But that's how they should make their money. Fuck selling models. Don't even I can 3D print better models than they can make. So,
but that's what 90% of the community doesn't want. They've just complained about 9th edition being 1,000 books.
I don't want to carry 1,000 books, no. But you can also do. So for example, for what I do right now, I play tons of armies. I take all my codexes, I print them off of Wahapedia, I put them in a 3-ring binder in little sheet protectors. So now I have everybody's codex in this nice little padded binder, so even when I'm playing against another opponent, I can open up his stratagems, and I have them all bookmarked, here's Tau, here's Eldar, here's this. I have the core, the little 2-page printout for the core sheet that is all the main definitions and stuff right there, and my book is more updated than anybody else's book, and it's got all the FAQs in it, it's got all the missions in it, it's got everything that I need. I even store all my wins and losses on there. So I've got the past wins and losses from probably my past 500, 600 games. In it's way more convenient. I have the book, maybe. I pretend that I do, but even my last tournament I went to, I brought the Tau 7th edition codex, and nobody asked to see my codex. And I was just gonna be like, "Oops, I accidentally grabbed the wrong one." Wink. But
Absinthe, real quick. Go to your models. There's something else that makes life a little bit easier. So grab one of those, like one of those strings of units, like one complete unit.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I
that's
know what you're gonna teach him.
Yeah. Yeah, grab like one of those rows. Mm-hmm. Pick them up and now hit. Well, pick them up and then hit like we'll say 2 on the QWERTY number pad. Not the num pad, but the other one. The
You have
one
to pick
above
them
you.
up first.
Yeah, pick them up.
Now hit
Now
2.
hit 2.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's 2 by 2, and if you hit 1, it's 1 by 1. 3 is 3 by 3, or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, and you can just chances are if you're playing army like this, where it's only gonna be like maybe 5-man units, the 2 and 3 is probably all you'll need. Just to kind of like it helps when you're going.
The list I'm going to be
deploy.
playing isn't going to need any of that. I'm playing knights, so that's what
Okay.
I'm there.
Okay, here's one thing you're gonna need to know for knights. I just remembered. It's kind of like you just reminded me. Take that unit and put them by a ruin. Any ruin on the board.
Pick a
So-
ruin, any ruin.
Yep. So now some ruins have lips, and the lips make it so like a little overhang that you can't get the model with it. So if you bring a model and lift them all up, and hold shift while you're holding them, you'll force them onto the ground. So you can get around terrain. If you ever have a piece of terrain that's just buggy or weird,
Which
you can
yeah,
force your
here's-
unit into the spot he's trying to get into by using the shift key, like a shove button.
F will flip. There you go.
But yeah, like that's how you can tuck things in nice and close. You're trying to like get the most out of all the room you have. That one you don't really like. There's no lip there, but yeah, the happens a lot on overhangs for like multiple story
Does
buildings.
shift do that?
Yeah, shift forces down.
Shift makes a corner.
Wait, right click.
Yeah, I was
Right
about to
click,
say.
left click, and then while you're left clicking, right click. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it right now. You're doing it.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
So while you're
you
only
have-
right click it to make it hug the ground.
It's when you're if you have like some of these terrain pieces that have like 2nd and 3rd floors, it's really handy as well.
Yeah.
Keeps flipping models.
Yeah, so you don't have a 3rd floor. It's to get underneath something, because if you were to drag that over a 2nd floor, he would go up to the 2nd floor. So that's how you can tell it like which floor you want to be on. Some people will just say like, he's on the bottom floor. He's not actually up here, and that's fine too.
Although you did hit on something with that shift click or shift move thing. That's awesome. I like that.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's the thing you told him to do.
It's a point. It's like Age of Empires.
Yeah.
So it's multiple commands, so you can see. I'm gonna go this. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, look
Nice.
at you.
I'm clever. That's how I learn everything in life accidentally. I'm gonna try to pull these guys over.
Is there a shortcut or hotkey that like if you have your mouse over one, it selects the whole unit?
That I don't know.
I want to say I've seen somebody do it, and I was too ashamed to ask.
I have never seen that before.
Maybe I'm just missing some fancy mouse work.
If you ever lose your cursor, the F1 will always bring you back to the normal cursor.
Yeah, and that's why what I do for mine is I'll select the unit, right click, and do toggles, and I'll check measure movement. That is not a regulation rhino, sir.
No, it's not a rhino.
That's not a regulation, whatever the fuck that is. If you turn
Rhinos
that
have
toggle on,
horns.
it'll automatically measure as you move.
So
I don't know any rhino that has a fucking Gatling gun on it. So
do you guys do the same thing as me? Like anytime you see or hear someone say, "I'm gonna get out of the rhino," do you guys all think of Ace Ventura?
I don't know anybody that plays rhinos.
They used to
Nerds.
all the time. I can't flick this very far.
I use a rhino. So I got a rhino right here.
That's because you don't have anything better.
I guess Death Guard might. Oh, Death
Guard.
Guard.
Well, Death Guard definitely use rhinos.
You know how bad it would smell in there? Oh my god. What about a hot box?
I kept having a problem with trying to like measure and move, and then it taking me off of my selection, my finger, my F1.
Yeah, that just happens sometimes, and you just hit F1, or I hit F1
Yeah.
whenever that happens.
I just turn on the measure movement toggle.
I'm trying to decide if I'm going to run a Megara or if I'm just going to run a fucking
I love my
Desecrator.
Megara. So I'm huge. There's a trick with Megara. Oh, wait, you're Chaos, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because I use it. The trick with the Megara that's totally busted is the Megara has a sweep attack, and the sweep attack is not considered feat attack. So when you have rules that say this does not work on the knight's like sweep attack, which is a lot of stuff Imperial Knights book, it's the Megara is exempt to all those rules. So if Chaos has anything like that, this Megara breaks that shit, dude. So
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
if
a
you
thing.
have that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know
Because
anything about Chaos.
it's not, it doesn't do sweep attacks.
Yeah, she doesn't. She has a special thing.
She has that rad
Meg.
cleanser thing.
I'm talking about her melee.
Yeah, she has
She-
like the
she's a-
Hecaton Claw or whatever.
Yeah, the Hecaton Claw has a unique wording on it that makes it not work with normal rules. It also means it doesn't get the buffs from things that would normally affect a sweep attack.
We get as Chaos. We get the favors of the gods on Megaras though.
Now that can be fun. Megara is also the most expensive point for point. Like it's so basically there's a huge argument I know between knight players where they're basically either it's kind of like battle wagons and kill rigs with orcs. You either love them or you hate them. And for me, kill rigs do nothing.
Every
for me.
kill rig I've ever seen has been shot off the board.
Exactly.
Turn 1.
That's why I don't like them. If you're gonna shoot something off the board, can we keep it to a battle wagon at maximum, please? Plus, I can put way cooler units in a battle wagon, which is the only reason I'm bringing a transport, is for the things
Viable in
inside.
3 phases. All y'all can eat it.
No, dude, you're doing
What'd
it
you
wrong.
say?
It said it's viable in 3 phases. Everybody can eat it.
No, you're right. You're right. That's why, and Spaz used them, and you did really well at the tournament. It's really arguments can be made so well for both, and it really depends on the pilot. And that's how I feel about the Meg. Where I could argue till I'm blue in the face on why she's horrible, but I could also do the same arguments on why she's special.
She's super, super, super solid and probably the best choice for a warlord in a chaos army because you can get the dark god's favors on it.
As long as you can make her super tanky.
Yeah, you give her the Veil of Metrengard or whatever it's called and transhuman to hit, it's over, bro.
Because she's the one that they want to go for. Like, that's generally the first thing you kill. I don't know. The way I've seen Chaos Knights do it before, I don't know
And
if
she's
this
got
is
enough
still allowed.
firepower to, be able, if you want to run a couple carnivores, you can because she has the firepower.
Can you take Abaddon or no? I don't think you can, right? Anymore because of arcs.
They got rid of the whole walk the dog thing.
Damn. That
And I
looks
think
brutal.
it's cheesy and I think it was fucking stupid.
I mean, there's other armies can do it. I brought my Eldar army had 6 Wraith Lords in it. And the one I brought, I had 5 Wraith Lords and an Avatar Arcane. But you could kind of do it with Dreadnoughts. That's the thing I don't get. So you got to look at a Chaos Knight, a little War Dog, and you compare it to its counterparts. And its biggest counterparts are going to be 3 things. And that's a Wraith Lord, a Carnifex, and a Dreadnought. So it's basically like a super expensive Dreadnought or a slightly cheaper Carnifex or about the same as a Wraith Lord. And they kind
What
of
makes them more expensive is so a carnivore is 150 points, and the other two are like 160, 170 points. What makes them expensive is when you put the favors on them.
Well, even 150 is expensive for a Dreadnought chassis. I say 125 points for something with 4 attacks. If you had, more than 4 attacks in melee, I can start saying a little bit more. Like a Carnifex, a Screamer Killer is 135 points. He's got 12 attacks in melee, plus a pretty decent plasma gun. He moves.
The fucking knights have crazy attacks
slower.
though.
Imperial ones don't. My Imperial ones just have 4 attacks, and then I take that blade thing that lets them give basically competitive edge, where they get to reroll fails. Like anything that.
Well, you're playing the wrong knights. That's why.
Maybe. I mean,
Follow the chaos, my friend.
Oh, I'm infesting them all with Tyranids eventually. Chaos will be infested by Tyranids too eventually. It's inevitable. Humans are but a small blip in the timeline compared to something like a Tyranid. War Dogs, that's my biggest problem. So here, my biggest thing, like when it comes to knights, and this is kind of obvious, but I can't stress it enough in how you win with them. If you are not shooting something and melee attacking every single fucking turn, you're gonna lose. You have to be double activating. Like, it is so absolutely crucial. If you failing a charge on a knight army is the worst fucking thing, I feel like, over any other army. Because your army
Well,
is
I don't
specifically
think that's true
balanced
at
to
all.
that.
Because statistically the best units you can have in a Chaos Knight army is your brigands, the ones with the fucking Gatling guns. They're fucking disgusting.
They don't have
Like
melee.
they're not melee at all.
Then they're balanced that way. That's
They're a
why.
pure shooting platform.
They must be really good at shooting because they're balanced to be doing a double activation. It's stuff like the Megara. Every time the Megara is not shooting something with her weapon and then stomping on something with her feet, you're basically throwing away like 200 points. Because you're only using half
So
of her.
a brigand is 155 points, okay, with no upgrades, right? None of the plus 15 or plus 20 things, right? It's got 2 Avenger chain cannons.
There's probably 8 shots each or something.
12 shots apiece, so 24 shots.
Okay, so it's like the old Lehman Russ gun.
So you can run, every model is equipped with an Avenger chain cannon and a Demon Spear. So it's a Melta and a chain cannon, whereas the other
What's
one
the
I think
stats on the? Just curious off on the gun. There's a strength 6 AP1 or something. Or strength 5
AP2 damage 1 on the machine gun, and then the
Strength 5.
spear is strength 9 minus 4 d6.
Yeah, the spear's
And it's strength 6 on the chain cannon.
Chain cannon's better. But so now they don't have a gun, so that's why they're balanced. That's why people went like the double shooting knights are balanced that way, and that's what I mean. If you have a gun on each hand, you mainly just got to be shooting. But if you have a melee weapon at all, every time you're not swinging that melee weapon is points lost, and every time you are swinging that melee weapon is like a lot of efficiency gained.
Sorry, it's the Executioner model I'm referring to. It's got the War Dog autocannons. They're 60-inch range, 2d3, strength 7, AP2, 3 damage apiece.
And then
Like,
melee is what flips objectives. So like, and that's kind of so like I'm not bitching at their ability to shoot. I'm just saying a normal knight, like since the dawn of knights, when knights came out, that's what the best players of the world in knights can not stress that enough. Like you need to be attacking every chance you can, and that usually means making very bold moves towards the enemy.
I go by what one of the pro players who makes it to like the top 10 all the time says. You need, if you're going to be touching a model, you need to be doing one of 2 things: denying your opponent of points or scoring points yourself. If not, you're doing it wrong.
Unless you're hiding. Iron hands. Right now, I'll tell you, hide in melee. It's just hard to wrap and trap with knights, that's for sure. But if you can force a fallback on like a unit that's costs as much as you, because even a squad of like maxed out Gene Stealer cult, little troop hybrids shit, that's still 235 points. So forcing that to fall back from you is kind of a hit to the Gene Stealer cult player. But I mean, you can't be
I'll
shot
get
in
to
melee
the-
too. That's the only thing. Well, can you? Can knights be shot? No, they can't. They can shoot out. Yeah, you can't shoot into them. Knights are hard because of that, though. Like, I barely play them. I loved Crusher Stampede. I played that till I was blue in the face.
I hate people who played that.
I loved it.
Literally scum of the earth. Nothing can beat it.
Oh, it could be. I could get beat. There's certain armies that definitely countered hard. But there was, for example, I lost to Gene Stealer cult at the tournament I brought them to. That was Eric, who, like, the best player I've ever met, the dude on our channel, E-Rock. He's on Team America. But yeah, God, that guy's so I just played with my Eldar. I held him to like 16-point differential. He still freaking got me. He had nothing left on the table.
If you go to unitcrunch.com, you can see how much it does all the math for you, what you kill.
I've never really, I get like, definitely get the math hammer, but it's about knowing right off the bat what you'll do, which I do have a good chance. I'm good at doing. I'm trying to think what Iraq did. He did some really clever shit with removing his casualties. He was pulling himself out of coherency to force his units to break coherency that would pull him out of combat. So he's like sacrificing guys to like 5 or 6 guys to his coherency just to make it so I couldn't touch him. Ugh, that was annoying. Spaz, my favorite thing right now just so you know, I can't believe I haven't been doing this as much as I should been. There's an orc thing that lets you pile in, right, and consolidate further. It's 1
6 inch,
CP.
I have to get off here, Donovan.
Okay, no problem. Do you have any other questions, by the way?
No,
Did
that's
we cover
good.
everything? Okay, cool. Yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to message me, and I'll help you out with whatever you need.
Okay.
I wish I could be more help with your Chaos Knights, man. I really could.
I don't know shit about them,
Yeah.
dude. Literally, like, I think this is gonna.
I know
No,
how big
honesty,
models work in 40K.
I haven't even got my models back from my commission painter yet. The ones that I've been sharing pictures of,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't even had a chance to even try the army.
So the biggest thing, though, that I think you're actually going to be in luck with is I am almost positive that the biggest thing getting overhauled in 10th edition is going to be vehicles, and Knights are going to be a completely different army. And I remember talking to one of the playtesters for Knights, and when Knights were released, there was a different mechanic, so you weren't supposed to bracket. This got taken away at the last minute for something in the future. No more bracketing for Knights. Instead, you're going to have like weapon system failures, and like certain guns are just going to not function. There's just all this. It's really cool as all these different effects happen to you based on how you've been running your Knight. You can bring a lot more personality to them, but I think things like Knights and transports are going to be the highlight of 10th. So if you end up getting them back right around when 10th starts, that'll be perfect timing.
He's actually supposed to be done with my Knights at the end of this weekend, so.
Oh shit. Well, nice. But yeah, everything's going to change quite a bit, so don't try to lock it in your head too hard.
And I'm about to order a Archeron, a Lancer, and a Magera from a Recaster at the end of the month.
That Zach Games, so they got.
I just ordered some stuff from them, and I probably will never order from them ever again because of how long it takes.
Oh, it does. Mine takes about 2 to 3 months.
I mean, Zach Games has been my fastest one. I've
my buddy bought the polymorphian thing. What is that? That big Knight?
Yeah, the one that's like fucking 900 points.
Yeah, he brought that thing. We played it in an Armageddon game, and that was from Zach's. I think he paid like $80 for it. The thing is freaking huge. But yeah,
it's 780 points for a Porphyrion.
Yeah, it's not saying it's good. It's cool looking.
I want an Astrius, which is 750. It has like the Tesla coil guns. They look fucking sick.
That'd be sweet, dude. And like, eventually, you gotta get one of the big.
I was thinking about running an Astrius in this game just to be like, fuck you.
Just run a Warhound Titan. I think they're 2,000 points on the nose.
1,500.
Damn.
Yeah, they can't legally run that anyway.
Yeah, I guess probably not with ARCs. All those people with the Warhound armies got to sell them right now.
Yeah, they just shipped my stuff 3 days ago, so I don't even know when to expect it now.
I've not. The longest I've ever had is 3 months, and I also think that the more I've been ordering from them, the faster I've been getting them because I'm like on his file.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that I'm gonna get ready to move soon, and I can't wait 3 months.
So I just ordered some Scythe Terraduals. I bought 3 of them, and I bought those on. Okay, let's see. I bought it with Christmas money that I had left over. That would have been like the second week of December, and then they showed up about 4 weeks ago. About the beginning, a little bit before the beginning of February. And then it's about a week and a half is all that these took. Usually it's not quite that quick though. But yeah, this one was pretty fast. I have 7 Scythe Terraduals. I'm not joking. I don't know why. I really like.
I was getting ready to order was it the Doredio?
The Doredio.
Dreadnought?
Yeah, the Dorito.
I'm gonna buy one just for fucking shits and giggles. I think they look fucking awesome.
They do look cool. They look cool. They used to be super meta at the end of 8th.
Yeah, I know.
They were like the best fucking Dreadnought there was.
You run them with the Volkite car, or the auto battery.
Yeah, those missiles were deadly. Yeah, and then you had the Volkite. I don't even remember all of the weapons that thing had.
It's got a plasma thing as well. You can run it with fucking Dark Angels.
The Ironclad was really popular with Dark Angels back in the day when the Hurricane Bolters were all coming out. Because only the Dark Angels and Black Templar got the Land Raider Crusader. And that thing was
I'm like so sad that they did the flyer change for arcs because I was gonna run. I have Dark Angels, I have Ravenwing, and I really, really wanted to run their flyers.
Dude, their flyers are so much better. It's always been the Nephilim. Dark Talon has always been the shit one. It's been that way since it comes out. Everybody likes to think the Dark Talon's the sexy one, but it's the Nephilim, dude. That thing is brutal strong. So you know your gun that's on your knight you just told me? The Avenger you get an Avenger Gatling gun plus 2 heavy bolters on the Nephilim. So I think it's 18 shots at strength 5, AP 2, damage 3 or damage 2. I think
The Dark Talon's got the Rift cannon,
but
right?
that's not that good. The Rift cannon's 2 little shots, and it's just gonna get passed on an invuln. If you like run the math through it and try to shoot at anything that's actually important, your odds of doing anything are like not very high.
What kills me is like all your core like Dark Angels units are all fucking sold out because they're the fucking top army. They're gonna get hit with a nerf bat so fucking hard in the next 3 weeks.
I don't think they're gonna hit them that hard. So Dark Angels with the Lion coming out, they do not want to hurt sales on Dark Angels. They're trying to move Dark Angels. So what I think they're gonna do is they're gonna make it so transhuman will no longer work on strength 8 and above. That's exactly what they did to Dark Eldar when Dark Eldar were the craziest, strongest army in the game, and that was enough. But I think Meltas are no longer going to transhuman. And then you're going to actually have to spend the CP to transhuman, like if you did it on a Blade Guard, I bet, to make it so it'd work against a Melta. But yeah. That's all I can see them doing. I don't even think the Apothecary is good enough. Either that or every Terminator is going to get nerfed. If they just make Thunderhammers cost 5 to 10 points, that can rein them in too. But then everybody might just go back to Relics, which would be a sad day because I just made 25 fucking Thunderhammers.
I was getting ready to watch the new one from Tabletop Titans today. It's Dark Angels vs. Sisters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I saw the tag for that. I love those guys, but man, it's so hard to know what's going on in their games.
Do so. My one gripe with their channel is they're too busy reading off fucking donations than actually playing the game. I cannot sit and watch a 5-hour long game. Just play the fucking game and tell me what you're doing.
Agreed. Yeah, it should not take longer than a football game. Like, especially without commercials. I like Tabletop Tactics. And
they're probably my new favorite right now.
Tabletop Tactics, though, I don't know if you ever saw them in the past. They used to have a guy named Bone, and Bone got hired to become a professional actor. So he left the company. He was the heart and soul of Tabletop Tactics. The dude was so funny. He was an improv actor.
I used to like mini wargaming.
Uh-huh.
And I don't care that they don't play, meta lists. I really don't care about that.
Yeah.
Because it is fun to watch some units that don't get played right. But holy moly, like, do they just take forever?
They're shorter ones. When they do live streams, they take forever. But when they do their like regular cut ones, they're usually done in like an
the
hour.
best channel I like is Play on Tabletop.
Yeah.
40K in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Because for a 40-minute game, dude, I'm cool. I'm perfect. You got my attention.
It looks like so much work though to do what they do. Like,
they have an entire team,
standard. Like that's why like whenever you see him produce something like Arcs of Omen will be out and Arcs of Omen will be out for like 2 months, then PlayOn will release a video and it's like we don't even know that Arcs of Omen is a thing in this video. Because it takes that fucking long to make you guys.
There's another channel that's older that does the same thing. But you ever watch any Legends and Lore? It's the Australians.
I've never heard of that one.
Look up Legends and Lore. They have some pretty good games. Like they're funny.
Winter SEO is one of the classics.
I like his stuff too, yeah.
Yeah, and Striking Scorpion used to be really popular. I just not big on that guy's voice. He's got that like Ben Stein voice where he just makes me sleepy.
That's how I feel about NWG. Mini wargame, I can't do it.
Luca. Luca's like on cocaine all the time. And Dave, Chaos Dave is the craziest motherfucker. That dude has got something wrong with his brain that makes him the most ideal Chaos player ever.
Have you ever seen his video of all of his Chaos stuff?
Yeah, oh yeah. I think I have close to as much. I don't know. I got at least 300,000 points.
I like to put on my tinfoil hat with Valrek once in a while.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious. Chaos Dave, I saw him one time. They did the cockroach eating challenge, but the thing, like, he obviously won that. But the thing that blew me away was that fish that stinks really bad, where you're supposed to eat, like, open underwater, that rotten fish in a can. They're all like puking, and then Dave just enters this weird Zen thing, and he just eats the whole thing with this look on his face like he's about to summon a bloodthirster. And
I like
Yeah.
Auspex as well. Auspex Tactics.
Yeah, he's a lot kind of like the direction I was going to take my channel in the beginning.
He's just so big. Like he's got one with a
I hate
Vindicator
his
laser
voice.
destroyer.
He's so boring.
Like I'm gonna watch his Vindicator laser destroyer one because I have a Vindicator laser destroyer that I bought for like $20. Like from about 18. He's like, I'm never gonna fucking use this. I'm like, I'll take it. It looks cool.
Good on paper, but it's because of the way the Necron Doomsday arc works. Ask any Necron player what they think of the Vindicator.
Oh, dude,
laser destroyer.
fucking
It's
they
the
love
same
them, but
thing.
they hate them at the same time.
Yeah, it's a random ass weapon. It's like sometimes it rolls 6 shots and it's a beast. Sometimes it rolls 1 3 times in a row, and it's just not even as good as a single last cannon.
Let me be honest with you. I play Death Guard, and I have been playing Death Guard, and there's times where I'm just like, oh yeah, let me reroll this, and I just roll ones for everything I roll. And I'm like, well,
variable shit.
I whiffed that plague weapon. Oh, whiffed it again.
Mm-hmm. And like Death Guard, you have to decide beforehand.
What do you mean?
Like for your that thing for the minimum shots for the trench fighters, you have to decide beforehand. For the, I know what stratagem. I don't play Death Guard, but I know that.
I'm not talking about a stratagem. I'm just talking about like when you get to reroll the plague wounds and stuff. Dude, I whiff ones so fucking bad on everything on rerolls. I'm like, oh, I rolled a 1. All right, I get to reroll ones because it's it's a failed wound. It's a plague weapon. Reroll it. That 1 again.
You got to reroll different dice. Ones always reroll into ones. That was actually going to be one of my next stupid videos. Was just all the myths I know of Warhammer. There's so many things people do that think is a real, like throwing your dice against the wall when they don't work. That's been a thing since I was like 10. And D&D players do it
My
too.
favorite thing is like what people do that they know is they're not supposed to do. To like that would be called cheat. Like most people, like hardcore players would call you a cheater. The re-rolling of cocked dice fucking irritates the fuck out of me.
I tell people all the time, like, are we re-rolling flat only, or is it any kind of cocked? You decide now, and whatever I see him do the first time, I tell him, we're doing it this way from now on, and that's cool, right? And then my way of doing it is if I can punch the table and make the dice go flat, that's all it takes. And I only do that on flat dice, but it's so, the biggest thing that I learned that I feel like stepped me up to when I started doing GTs a lot, and Eric in our channel, he like really re-ingrained this rule into me. Who cares what the fuck your opponent does? And he does this whole thing where if you're playing with your relic and you're reading your relic completely wrong, and like he might even know you're reading it wrong, he's just like, cool, dude, play it the way you think it works. I don't care. I'm gonna beat you anyways, is his mindset. And that's kind of how Warhammer does work. When you beat someone, you're gonna beat them. And like it's more like checkmating somebody in chess. And you can go ahead, take 3 horses on your chess team. You're not allowed to do that, but like I'm still gonna beat you. That's not gonna help you. If anything, it's just gonna make it harder for you to understand how chess is actually played, because you're not playing it the way it was intended, and like you're only making it harder on yourself, dude. That's why I don't give a shit. I let people do whatever the fuck they want. If they look like I'll mention like I think you're moving a little bit too far, but I don't really care. If they don't want to move it back, who cares? No, yeah.
Cool, make my charge easier on my fucking melee knights, bro. I'm gonna come fuck you up.
I just never want to win on a technicality either. It's not fun. But when you let people have every inch they can and then you still beat them, then they know they're really beat.
Yeah, I'm getting off of here.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Same. See you guys.
See you later.
Later.
Well, there we go. I doubt anybody in the world will watch this far to the video. Is there anybody here? Concurrent viewers 0. That's right.